This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh yeah.
It's the history of bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 219. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake. And Jim the Power Bottom is not here this week.
No, he had things more important to do than our regularly scheduled effort.
In his defense, he was on the panel to decide if they're going to renew Roy Moore's sex trafficking court on Nickelodeon again for season 3.
Well, I know he's all for it, so...
That's true, so we'll see if that happens. It's a shame that guy, really went off into oblivion.
No, it isn't.
I'm talking about Jim.
I heard if Nickelodeon doesn't pick it up, I believe the pedophile channel is.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
Is that like Trump's Gorilla Channel?
No, it's called Rural TV.
Oh, wow. You're making fun of every person who lives rurally now.
I live rurally.
I know.
So I can say that.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the meth channel. I'm sorry. I'm silly.
Can I take that joke back?
Nope.
We're going to go back and delete all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, it's deleted.
Yeah. Look at that. Best deletion man in business.
All right. That's why we pay you in IOUs.
That's right. Just as good as money. We are here this week. No guest. It's just old school. It's us three. Old school. We've only been doing this as us three for like 190 episodes.
Nobody's
Give or
counting.
take.
Give or take 200. Let's see here. Blake, have you watched The Walking Dead?
Yes, actually, that's what I wanted to talk about this evening. I've been able to watch all 3 within the past week.
Let me tell you, I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care about this show. Not Hobie anymore. I'm talking Walking Dead. I feel like Jeff right now that I'm just don't care. My God, is these 3 episodes since they came back have been awful.
Yeah.
I just don't care. We spent...
Yeah, no, we could talk about spoilers because Jim isn't here.
That's right, spoilers.
Yeah.
Jeff, hold on. I know you're 8 seasons behind, but be careful.
I don't know.
You going to be okay with that?
I'll just have to stop paying attention. Let me know when you're done.
Okay. Well, you know what? You're kind of like the writers of The Walking Dead. They've stopped paying attention, too. So you're in the same boat.
So you're saying I could get a job?
You probably could.
Yeah, okay. Can we start off with the first question, with the first episode back for the second season, or second half of the season? What is the motivation for the writers to kill off Carl?
Carl!
What's the motivation?
There is no motivation.
The motivation is to get rid of the actor.
Were they trying to
I
get
think
all...
that's what they were trying to do.
Could be because he's hit puberty and he's going to be a young man soon.
I think there was some issues behind the scenes between the writers and him. Maybe not him, but his dad. His dad was typical Hollywood father getting in the business. I think that could be it.
So they're going to punish the boy for his dad?
Well, the rumor was that he was going to go off to college in real life. No, in the show. He's going off to college. Sorry, Dad.
Zombie you?
I don't want to fight zombies, Dad. I'm going to college. I'm going to be a journalist. Oh, dear God, talk about a dead career.
I'm going to major in social justice.
You can do zombies. That's not my life.
Those zombies have been oppressed for way too long.
What about them, Dad?
They don't make the decisions on their own. They're just following their instincts.
I don't understand, Dad. I don't want to be like you. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, anyway, sorry.
Anyways, so, yes, I think that could be part of it, but they thought he was going off to college. Then he said, no, I'm going to stay around for at least a year. And then the following week, they said, you're dead.
I thought they were trying to get all Games of Thrones on us.
Well, supposedly there's other major characters that might be killed off. Maggie wants to be paid the same as Rick and Daryl in real life, and they are kind of balking at it because AMC has been kind of cheap.
Well, that's what happens when you got a good hit TV show, and they're making a lot of money, and the actors say, can I have a pay raise, please? And the channel, the owners of the show say, no, screw you, man. We're making a lot of money.
Because I think Rick and Daryl both make $500,000 per episode, and I think Maggie Cohen only make, or not Maggie, what's her real life name? I forget.
Maggie.
Is it Maggie?
Yeah.
Okay.
For purposes of the show.
She's
for
Maggie.
Purposes of this podcast.
We're right until proven wrong.
That's correct.
She wants to be paid like them, which I don't blame her.
Well, isn't she supposed to become a main character?
Yes.
Because now she's running the hilltop.
In the comic book, she's a very big character.
Yeah.
So, and I think AMC's scoffing at it. So she called their bluff and is starring in a new ABC pilot TV show. And they said it will not interfere with her Walking Dead if she chooses to.
No. It's going to be It's Always Sunny in Alexandria Hilltop.
Oh, with Glenn Howerton?
That's right. They're going to put it on indefinite hold.
Have you guys watched AP Bio?
I have not.
What's AP Bio?
It's a show with Glenn Howerton.
Oh.
It's basically School of Rock.
Oh, that's the one he... Okay, yeah, that's his
the
show.
one he left
I thought this was a channel.
No.
I was like, AP Arts and what biography?
Real quick.
Arts and Playcraft
He
biography?
moved to Toledo, Ohio because his mom dies, and he doesn't get what is the thing in colleges where you get the professor
accredited?
No, not
Tenure.
Tenured.
He didn't get tenure. His enemy did. So he basically went off and slugged the guy and got fired from Harvard. So now he's teaching AP Bio, and basically the whole class is not AP Bio. He's teaching them how to get revenge on his enemy.
Ooh. So there's no safe spaces there.
No. Okay. But we're about 4 episodes in, and my wife and I have looked at it.
It's been on that long?
It's actually like 7 episodes in. They did back-to-back a couple of times.
Really?
Because of the Olympics.
Yeah, I thought like there was like 1 or maybe 2 episodes.
Damn it, the Olympics ruined everything.
Well, they do. Just ask South Korea in about 5 years. But Patton Oswalt is the principal in it. But it's my wife and I looked at each other after the last episode, and we looked at each other and we're like, I don't know what this show is going to become. Like, I don't know what the end game is because
can he do that multiple years?
And it's like I don't know. I mean, it's funny. Like he's a funny character in it. Patton Oswalt is okay in it. But it's like, I don't know if you can make this a series.
They're going to have to, like, if it goes on to multiple seasons, they're going to have to, like, bring in a new crop of students every year, right?
I don't know. And it's like
it's not going to be like head of the class where the smart kids are in high school for 7 years.
Well, I don't know.
Well, they weren't really smart.
Well, they were for television
standards
schools.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say this, though. I don't think they have to worry about that because the ratings are abysmal. So I don't think it's coming back. Glenn Howerton might be coming back to Sunny.
You know, they should start bringing like characters like Mac on there.
Play as Mac.
They should just meld the two together.
So
he really didn't go off to Denver to raise his illegitimate child. He actually went to Toledo.
Which is probably worse than any other city.
Is that what they
No, he didn't go to Detroit.
No, that's true.
Did they write that on It's Always Sunny? He moved to Denver?
Yeah, to take care of his little...
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I must have missed a couple episodes at the end of the last
The
season.
good news is I'm glad that Jeannie from Hobie's hometown of Toledo is getting recognition on a national front, like on a sitcom.
Well, her hometown's outside of Toledo.
Anyway.
Isn't she like an extra on that show?
Yeah, I think she is. She's one of the students.
I think her credit's Jeannie from Hobie.
She's a student. If Riverdale can have 40-year-old men on it, so can she. She's only 27, though. Anyways,
we're talking about The Walking Dead,
yes.
and that's our review. No, I'm kidding.
This past week's episode, I don't give a shit. You spent an hour with Preacher Boy.
Well, hold on a second. We're not done talking about Carl. I just wanted to talk about how painful that episode was. It was basically an hour of Carl dying.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want you to know that I'm writing these letters. These are my last wishes. And it got to the point I was like, fast forward. I was like, can we just get this over with?
It was a worse death than Trinity in The Matrix.
They drug it out. I mean, I understand they're trying to be dramatic and everything about it, and he's going away, and he's a major character, but they drug it out for so long.
Like, it was an hour and 23 minutes.
I know.
It could have been done in 3.
All of that was the death scene?
Most of it.
Pretty much.
Wow.
They had some side things.
1 hour and 19 minutes because you had commercials.
It was about 40 minutes of a TV show. Oh my God, it was horrible.
It was so rough.
And then, see, here's the issue. I knew it was going to be a bad episode because I put it on our Facebook page that you saw Rick's crying eyes in the first scene. You know that's a bad that's a bad show, that episode.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going and going.
Bloodshot marijuana eyes.
Yes. The only positive is that Carl killed himself at the end, so no one else had to.
Spoilers.
Yeah, he died.
Sorry.
I knew he died. I didn't realize how.
He wasted a bullet.
I know.
God.
Yeah, he could have just used a pointy stick.
And was that some
Yeah.
horrible crying by Judith the baby? That wasn't real crying.
Yeah,
that was not crying. They like
So
dubbed
did
it
they get a
in.
new actress for that
horribly
now?
The
dubbed.
3-year-old. It was a horribly dubbed.
Whatever twins or triplets they're using for that baby. They need to get new ones.
Can we get Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen?
Yeah,
They
let me
look
just
like
say it's
babies.
no Olsen twins running that show.
They look like babies, so
Olsen
put them
twins.
on.
So you're saying they probably used like a baby doll they found in the...
No. It wasn't American Sniper.
No, I mean, but the ones that cry, the fake crying babies, you just pull the string and it went, wah.
It was.
Pull the string. Wah.
It was like, oh, she's not crying. So Daryl grabs her, and then she starts crying with her back to the camera. It was like, that looked.
That's
bad.
because Daryl pinched her.
That's right. It was not good.
That's right.
So, yes, there's first episode. Second episode?
Second episode, you have His Majesty ripping off Shakespeare lines, and you're just like, shut the hell up, man.
Thing is,
I can understand doing it once or twice, but, not when you're captain. Oh, you shall rewrite your whip. Then shut up.
I like Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel's all right, but, his what's his name? The nemesis from the Negan's clan. That guy who was in charge of, keeping the kingdom in line. Not like Simon for the garbage folk or whatever? Or in
No,
Hilltop?
it is Simon.
Well, Simon for the garbage people in Hilltop, right?
Yes.
What's his name? I forget.
I don't even know.
Just shut up, man, and I am writing my own history, and you're dead.
I'll name him Lyle.
Lyle sucked. He was horrible.
And
it was
again,
horrible acting.
And again, the kids in this show can do more than the adults because the adults have to sit around monologuing.
They're sitting around monologuing and then pontificating and then trying to moralize things, and kids just come up and go, kill him.
Yeah, done. Can we just talk about the last?
Oh my God, the third
Sundays?
episode. Yes, okay. Gabriel and the doctor.
Oh my God!
When they started laying it on thick, about hand of God and intervention, and all, and it's predestination, and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a horrible ending because they're just setting him up for the worst possible thing that could happen.
Yeah, and I kept watching this, and I'm going, I don't care about Gabriel. The way, spoilers, he dies in the comic books is so fitting. I don't think they're going to kill him in the TV show because
Not yet.
But he's going blind.
Yeah, and the best part is Josh McDermott's character, Eugene. I thought I found my purpose in life. Yeah, here it is. Sort out these shells.
It's good to see Eugene's back to being an asshole.
Yeah.
Every week it goes up and down. I think he's bipolar, but I like it.
He goes up and down, and he got the little red hottie, Negan's hottie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, you need to be wearing eye protection in the working on the line.
I like a sandwich.
And I want a sandwich, and go make it for me now. I was like, ooh, how's that fit into the Me Too movement?
I feel like Eugene is the very smart Forrest Gump. I feel like he's the smart Forrest Gump.
He, unfortunately, is a survivor who's willing to do what it takes to
Yes.
survive regardless of
But we spent
his friends.
or an hour and 5 minutes of this episode for the doctor to die because it wasn't God intervening. Gabriel to cry and go become, a bullet.
Realize that God has forsaken him.
Yes. And then did you like his Han Solo being blind shooting the Sarlacc pit monster? Instead, he was shooting the zombie off the doctor.
Gosh, that was so...
It was straight out of Return of the Jedi.
It was straight predictable.
Yes.
Because you knew it was going to happen.
And who's not looking for bear traps? Come on, Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk right to the car.
Now, let me see. He can't read the sign that says, beware traps everywhere, but the blind guy can.
Yes. I did think the only good part was the swamp that the Daryl had to lead the group through the swamp. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Visually, I thought that was cool. So we spent an hour...
in Dwight's side story.
The
horrible, I'm on your side. I don't trust him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Hey, who wants to help me out? Take this knife. You're just like, oh my God, this is horrible. I mean...
At that point, let me have the gun. I'll shoot him.
Yeah, exactly. Or why didn't Dwight just say, here, just give me the knife. Slit my own throat.
Done. If I had to be around these people, I think I would kill myself too. Yeah. My God.
And then the fact that at the very end, Dwight runs to the front of the crowd, and I'm like, when's everyone going to jump Dwight?
Yeah, and why wouldn't you sit in the back?
When's everyone going to jump Dwight and say, here's the traitor?
And I thought that the whole time, so you had Gabriel, which was a waste, and the whole thing was leading up to we're doing biological weapons with Negan. We couldn't have done this like 20 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago.
Get some medieval shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been a rough second half of the season.
God has forsaken this world.
The show.
And the show.
Yes.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Jeff, you're back.
You jerk.
We done?
Yeah, I guess. I did like your name, Lyle. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. On a positive, Westworld comes back next month.
That is good.
And Legion.
Way too long.
And Legion.
Oh, that's next month already?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's like less than them. It's like 3 weeks.
So
April 3rd.
Is that when Legion is?
Yeah, Legion.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'll be watching that.
Yep.
Yes. We won't be recording that night.
It's great.
Because I'll be recording the WrestleMania Hobie episode.
Yes. Yes, I see.
On that Monday with Chris.
Uh-huh. So you're doing your own side project.
Yes.
You're doing your own album.
Call me Yoko.
That's right. This is how groups break up, Jason.
I'm not breaking up. No one else wants to do wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's more like Kiss, where they like release albums that everybody does, but they're solo albums. You know,
yeah, that's true.
You guys do Game.
You know, when Duran did take a break and do the Power Station Arcadia, when they did come back, they were a better group, although smaller in number.
I'm sorry, it's not my fault that your show, Game of Thrones, is gone for 3 years.
Dude, they just threw in like $20 billion towards 4 or 5 spin-offs.
Yes.
It's not 3 or 4 anymore. Now all of a sudden it's like up to 5.
Well, is it Netflix that's doing it? Because they're just they're losing money left and right, so they can throw it in.
It's HBO. Apparently they're filthy rich in money.
Do you think it's going to, their Game of Thrones spin-offs will actually, do you think people will watch, or do you think they're done after Game of Thrones?
If you base
I think people will watch.
If you base them on stories from the
numbers.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms prequels, Dunk and Egg.
They're not.
And if you base them on, some of the history that's in Westeros or some of the characters people know, I think they would be guaranteed a minimum number of crowd of, fans of, George R. Martin. Yes.
Do you think, though, HBO only does original program on Sunday nights?
In theory.
Well, yeah.
Really? I have never noticed that before.
Really? Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, they only do Sunday nights.
Well, then again, now that I think about it, there's only 2 programs HBO's done that I've watched.
Sex and the City and Divorce?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, no.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to say Westworld and Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever watched another HBO show.
I like last week's
At least when it came out, I used to watch, I would watch stuff years later and catch up, but those are the only 2 I watched as they were being done. And I didn't start Game of Thrones until like season 3 live. I watched those on video.
But if you're having all these spin-offs of Game of Thrones, don't you think it's time for them to kind of maybe do it on a different night too? Because otherwise that's going to be, unless you do a spin-off and then do a different spin-off after that season.
Do a spin-off for like 2 months and then another spin-off for like 2 months. You can do 5 of them for 10 months.
Yeah, I guess you could. I was just wondering, maybe you could do a Westworld spin-off, Future World.
No. But the problem is, what Blake was saying there is, George already said he's not giving the Dunk and Egg stories. He's not giving anything about Robert's Rebellion. So they might go back to prehistory of Westeros. But he said those two things specifically are not up for.
Why?
Because he wants to tell them his way and doesn't want to.
In 18 years when he gets around to writing it.
Well, I don't know. I think he's writing those before he finishes Game of Thrones or
Probably.
the Song of Ice and Fire.
Maybe after the HBO show surpassed him, he was like, fuck it. I don't need to finish this book.
I just made $100 million. Fuck this.
Exactly.
What are they going to do? Be mad at me?
I'm going to eat more pancakes.
It's like, I put so much stuff in and I can't find a way out of it, so I'll just die.
It's the George and Lucas version.
That's the guy that did the Wheel of Time. What was his name?
Jordan?
Yeah. He did like 12 books and died before he could finish the last one.
Is that the one that the whole world was on the back of a turtle or something?
No, that's the Douglas Adams Discworld.
Oh, okay.
novels.
Have you ever read those?
Oh, yeah.
Are they good?
Oh, I love them.
Really?
I doubt you will, but...
Well, I know that. I know I wouldn't, but I don't mock you. I'm just asking.
No. Did you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yes, when I was in high school, I think.
It's the same type of sense of humor, but put in a what do you call it? The medieval magical what's the word?
Realm.
For? Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
No, fantasy.
Okay.
Fantasy. The
Not real?
word, yeah.
Fiction?
The thing that's nonfiction, but not nonfiction. What is it called?
Hillary Clinton's campaign?
No, it's like nonfiction, but it's not real.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh, fiction.
We watched Good Girls on NBC. It's about the three women that that rob a grocery store to help them out.
I watched the first episode.
Did you like it?
It was all right, but I don't know if it's something I'll keep up with.
It's kind of interesting. I think it's different. My wife did ask me. She's like, "What channel is this on? This does not seem like an NBC show."
You're right; it does not.
It's enjoyable. I liked it though. I'll give it a couple episodes, see where it goes. I like the leads, and Matthew Lillard's in it.
No, he was terrible though.
It's Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, but he was terrible in that.
I never wanted to see Matthew Lillard go down on a woman, and I got to see that, so that was awesome.
I mean, I like Retta. I always like her in Parks and Rec, and
Christina Hendricks is fun.
Yeah, she's good, and you got her.
Who the other girl is?
Yeah, Egg.
What's her name?
Oh God, no, I forgot her name, but she was in Arrested Development.
Oh, okay.
As the person.
Oh, Meg.
Egg.
Who?
Her?
There's money always in the banana hammocks.
There is money in my banana hammock.
Is that what it's called?
But only once.
Anybody have
or $2 bills, depending what.
$2. Anybody got any ups?
I got an up.
What's that?
Jessica Jones season 2.
Did you like it?
Four episodes in.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying it. It kind of, pretty much takes up from where season 1 left off.
Okay.
Several months later, boom, here we are.
We got a Chris Richardson review later on.
Ooh.
For that one. Blake, what's your up this week?
Sam Adams 76.
Okay. Some beer.
I like it.
Good.
I'll have to try it.
Is it a limited release?
Yeah, I think it's like one of the seasonal things, kind of like the Cold Snap. It's their spring version, which means it's, let's see, spring started. That means they're probably going to go into summer ale here real quick.
Yeah, I've noticed the summer shandies are now popping up on tap. I'm like, we're not even into spring yet.
Exactly.
It's snowing today.
Snow hasn't stopped falling yet.
And the problem with that is they leave before the beginning of August.
The shandies?
Yeah, or within the first week or two of August. I'm like, but it's still hot out. I want a shandy. Why is it no longer on tap?
But Greg,
I don't need it in March. I need it in August.
I need a shandy, Greg.
Who's Greg? Your bartender?
I don't know. What's the one that you always say? You always want
Craig?
Craig, yeah. Craig, I need a shandy. What's that from?
That was Craig Shoemaker, the comedian, was Magic Johnson's co-host or sidekick on the Magic Hour for at least a couple weeks.
Until he got fired.
Because he kept insulting potential guests.
My up this week, I got my PlayStation, so I'm okay. My new PlayStation.
You can live now?
Yeah, sure. I got Star Wars Battlefront 2 with it. Came with the system.
And?
It's good. It's good that EA reduced the amount it costs to get characters. And they gave a lot of free ones away because they realized they fucked up. So that's nice. Luke Skywalker is only 6,000 to open, or 9,000, or 10,000, or something.
Yay!
Which isn't bad. It's enjoyable though. It's a lot better than the first one. It's smoother, and I do like that. If you're playing like the global galactic war, when there's 80 people on screen with you, you're the bad guys the first time or second time, whatever, and then you switch sides. So it is nice that you play the same map twice, and you have different objectives both times because you're a good guy or a bad guy. So that's kind of fun. I like that.
What if you're a gray Jedi?
Not a gray Jedi.
Why not? I like great Jedis.
Well, I will say, though, I was finally getting the hang of it as one of the bad guys, a stormtrooper, and I'm running through, and next thing with the first, the bad guys in the new the trilogy, First Alliance, or whatever that is, the Nazis.
New Order.
New Order, whatever.
The Republicans?
Yeah. Down the hall. And so I'm doing well. I killed like 4 people. I'm running down the hall, and here comes Rey with the blue lightsaber and chops me in half. I'm like, oh, there goes that.
Damn Force.
I'm like, I almost had a shot.
But you got 4 killed before you got chopped.
Did, and you respawn, but it's like, I was doing really good, and then Rey comes. Damn it! And I try shooting her with my blaster. It's like, this is not going to end well.
You should have played a Supreme Leader Trump. And you could have grabbed her. Never mind.
Stop it. It was funny, though, because I didn't realize what side I was on, so I kept shooting my own team, and you just heard over the intercom from the computer, because you can't really talk to anybody like other players, which is really nice, unless you're in a private group with the people.
Oh, okay.
Which is great. But you hear, like, where to go over your intercom and the thing.
Your hit rate's too good.
They're like, I kept shooting this one guy because I didn't realize he was on my team. And they kept saying, we got a traitor in the mist. I was like, my bad. I'm sorry.
Not traitor, just stupid.
It's my first time. So, I'll give that an up. Don't really have a down. So,
I've got another up.
What's that?
Daylight savings.
Oh, that's my down.
That's my up.
I don't need more hours of daylight.
I do. I want more.
I hate it.
I like driving over here when I can actually
it's still
see.
Kind of light. I know. It's weird.
I don't like it.
You know, I had a good meme. It was from the, Princess Bride, the five-fingered man. We just sucked an hour from your life. How do you feel?
I'd rather have winter and darkness.
No,
hello,
crazy.
darkness, my old friend.
He said to Blathe. Well, all right, I have a down, actually. I actually got sucked into my cousin Rachel, 2017 with Rachel Weisz. Has nothing to do with her name being Rachel at the same time, but basically is based on a Victorian England story, on a not a true story, on an actual novel.
Fiction or fantasy or nonfiction? What is it?
Well, what is that? That's nonfiction.
Fiction.
Yeah.
There you go.
And essentially what it was, Rachel Weisz's character is she's a widower, and this guy, his cousin, takes him in when he's a young child as kind of like a surrogate father, and they go their own ways, and he gets this message like, hey, my young wife I think she's poisoning me and killing me, and he dies mysteriously, so he's going to get revenge. He's going to invite Rachel to come live with him. He inherits his estate until he turns 18, so he's going to a caretaker from what's his name? Khaleesi's caretaker. What's his name?
Mormont.
Okay. Sir Jorah Mormont.
Jorah Mormont.
Yeah, there's like a Game of Thrones crossover. I was kind of confused, because he didn't have the grayscale.
Is that his name?
Ian Glenn. He didn't have grayscale in this, so I was like confused.
Oh.
But anyways. So he takes him in, and basically the young guy, Rachel, actually turns out to be a very young bride as compared to what he thought it was, and he's going to exact revenge. Instead, he falls in love, but then there's this is she really a poisoner? Is she really doing it? And then the ending is kind of nonplussing, it's like, it was horrible. And I got sucked in because it's Rachel Weisz, she's she's a good actress and good looking lady, and I'll watch Rachel Weisz on the screen, and I was really disappointed,
was this on
the whole
Netflix?
Plot. It was on
or Amazon or something.
Direct TV. It was.
Oh,
I was. It was on this past weekend. I was in a hotel in Columbus for the weekend, and so I just got sucked into watching it because I had nothing else to do. I'm like, all right.
And then you're like, man, I wish I had something else to do now.
It left me wanting more. I really wish, when it got done, I was like, I really wish the director and the writers would have taken a more, positive, decision on a direction with whether she did it or not. But it was so boring and clueless up until the last minute. And then you're like, oh, they decided, they drag this out for 45 minutes and go, okay, 1 minute, we're going to wrap it up. And so I start. So I do.
So they actually gave an answer, or it was left ambiguous?
Not really.
Okay.
They just ended it.
They just ended it.
Oh, moral ambiguity. The calling card of early 18th century literature.
Victorian literature. Yeah. So I go on imdb.com because I want to look this up and read the plots. I'm like, did I miss something here? And I realized it was based on an actual story, which was basically the same thing. And then depending upon who writes the review, is the book is always so much better, or the other one is like, oh my gosh, this was better than the book. And you're like, what? I don't know what's going on. But,
so you got no answers.
The general undertone was, this really sucks. We really wish there was a definite answer of a point of whether she was or not.
The book will tell you.
No, the reviews. And like one of the reviews was just as boring as the book. You don't know if she did it or not.
So it's like the Switzerland of movies. It doesn't take a side.
Pretty much.
Okay. I have no doubts besides daylight savings. Fuck that. Let's see. We had Twitter poll of the week. You can follow us at Bad Ideas Podcast. We're also on Geek Life Radio. They're getting revamped. Their website is getting revamped. Take a look at them, Geek Life Radio. Jeff, make sure you put our show up there.
Yeah, are they deleting us?
No. 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And then we're also on nerdly.co.uk. G'day, Governor. Cheeky Monkeys. Anyone else? No, nothing.
Hello, Becca.
My Black Lightning reviews are up there. Game On reviews.
Look, me some haggis.
My son and I review board games, tabletop games, so take a look. And we're also on Danger Entertainment.
Danger Entertainment.
Tangent Bound Network. And WeBeGeeksPC.com. So there you go. We're also on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and until it goes bankrupt, iHeartRadio. I'm proud that we took that station down.
Yeah,
I liked iHeartRadio. They did great for us.
That's right. When they sold all their Bitcoin and invested in Hobie IOUs.
Yes, it went downhill.
But
our Twitter poll of the week. What sporting event are you most looking forward to in the next month? We had NCAA men's tournament, which starts this week. Actually, tonight. The playing games.
The play-in for, yeah.
God, those don't even count. I don't care what they say.
NCAA women's tournament. Baseball opening day. And the Masters golf. Jeff, what did you vote for?
I voted for opening day.
I knew you would.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
I love me March Madness.
Okay. In first place, 42% to 38%. This was a close one. Baseball opening day beat NCAA men's tournament.
Woo!
So it was
the first game of the season is so much more important than the last game of basketball. That's how much better
I like opening
is.
weekend of NCAA men's tournament. That's fun. And then I really could care less. It gets less and less each week.
I used to take that Friday off, and we used to do 12 hours of beer and basketball.
Yes. Do you do that still?
No.
No.
I have too many responsibilities now.
I went to take off that day, and then I realized I looked at the calendar, and everybody at work was off except for me and 6 other people, and I'm like, I don't think this is going to happen.
Didn't get it in fast enough.
No, I was like, I'm not even going to ask. They're like, yeah, you probably should stay. Okay. Yes, the Masters was at 16%, and women's tournament was at 4%. Women's basketball tournament would be great if it wasn't UConn in it. They beat UC. They held UC women's basketball to 5 points a couple weeks ago at half. It was 43-5 at halftime. So that was a rough game.
Has there ever been a bigger disparity when it comes to women's sports and making those accomplishments? I mean, are they as worthy as New England Patriots almost perfect seasons or Miami Dolphin perfect seasons?
I don't know because I think number one fan Doug touched on this before a while back. He's like, is it really that big of an accomplishment when the best players in the country go to that school?
One place.
Well, apparently it was a big accomplishment when UCLA did it in men's basketball.
Again, though, but when was that? 1960 something?
50s to 60s?
Exactly. Is that the same thing, though? I mean, did everybody just go to UCLA?
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I think there is a point. I mean, it's impressive that UConn has won that many, but at the same time, is there any competitor for them?
I think having one team dominate like that for so many years, they went undefeated for what, almost like 2-3 seasons?
Who, UConn? They're still winning.
I mean,
but undefeated. They still lose a couple games.
I mean, they're like, you're talking like regular season play and then tournament play.
Yeah.
On top of it, I don't think it says as much to the grandiose accomplishment of UConn, although it's still an accomplishment, hashtag me too. But however, it says something about the rest of your competition and the state of your sport if you have that happening.
Connecticut beat UC in the AAC tournament.
For those of you unaware, UC, when we speak, is the University of Cincinnati.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm sure there's plenty of them out there.
They beat them 75-21 on March 5th. Let's see here. They scored 5 points in the first quarter, 0 in the second quarter.
Oh my!
6 in the third and 10 in the fourth. They actually outscored UConn 10-9 in the fourth.
There you go.
So there you go. That was that's rough.
And didn't they just have like the first dunk in the WNBA like last year?
Oh no, they did that a while back.
They did that
2 years ago.
Oh.
And then I saw a news article talking about this WNBA player shooting threes has everybody excited about. And I'm like, 3-pointers? Are that exciting, I guess? Because they don't do it in the women's basketball?
This goes to show, I like women's basketball because they actually shoot, and they can shoot well.
I think it's a little more fundamentally sound.
They are. But the problem is, again, UConn, they were number 1 seed in the tournament, in the AAC tournament. They beat South Florida 70-54. That was the number 2 seed. So they beat them by 16.
Yeah, see, the problem is there isn't like a number 2 school that the next 10 best people all go to.
It used to be Tennessee.
Oh, it used to be Tennessee used to be the number 1 school.
Tennessee used to be UConn.
Yeah.
And then UConn took it over.
But it's not like if you had like 2 schools that went back and forth, kind of the Magic Bird
thing. If it was more kind of like
the
the Real Madrid Barcelona.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, they also had Old Dominion used to be good too, didn't they?
2 teams in Spain that are good? Is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Didn't Old Dominion used to be a decent team in women's too?
I don't know. I never.
I mean, there was Tennessee and UConn, and then Old Dominion was somewhat there. Well, that's the thing. So how do you like this? St. Francis, Pennsylvania, gets the 16th seed in the women's NCAA tournament, and they play UConn. How would you like to be that team?
Is it going to be like, what, 120?
If that, no.
You think they'll score 20 points?
I'm going 17? I mean, that's on Saturday, 11 a.m. And that's the thing, I mean.
Look up. What's the spread on that?
I'll take a look.
I'm sure there's bets on that.
I say, you know what I think they should do? I think the winner of the women's tournament, they should play it earlier. And the winner of the women's tournament should get a bid in the men's tournament. Because I'm all about equal rights.
You know what I would do? Here's this. UConn, you win the championship. Everyone else, okay, we got 64 other teams that are playing for this. Here's your trophy. Have a good day.
Yeah, I'd like to see UConn in the men's tournament and see how they do. I bet they could probably at least make it to the Sweet 16.
I don't know. But I will get you the betting line on that, Jeff. Let's do some listener feedback. Blake, let's do some listener feedback.
All right, time for some bomb listener feedback. Brought to you by the NCAA Women's Tournament. All right, so we're going to start with Doug.
Number 1 fan.
Ape hands.
Formerly known as.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
He says, fun fact. Just heard on another lesser podcast.
What?
I didn't know there were other lessers out there. But anyway, that gigantic animated Disney film based on Jack and the Beanstalk, which Disney has been working on for years, costing $98 million, and they just killed it because they couldn't get it right.
Yeah, could you imagine spending $98 million and saying, fuck it, we're shelving this?
Doug just heard about that? Our Disney expert just now heard about this?
No, this has been on for a while, listener feedback. It's just the intern Quasimodo just put it on.
Yeah,
calm down.
Well, I mean, like, he sent this to us 3 years ago?
No, they finally shelved it this a month ago. They've been working on it for 3 years.
I thought we talked about this years ago about it being shelved.
No, they brought it back.
Oh, they brought it back?
Yeah, I mean, it was only shelved for like a month, and then they brought it back, and they were working on it. They kept pushing it back, the release date, I think is what you're thinking.
No, I remember them saying they shelved it.
Well,
flat out shelved.
They were hoping to get it out soon, and then they finally officially shelved it. They said, other movies have been shelved, like Frozen was shelved for a while. There's a couple of them. They come back. But that $98 million, again, it's Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. Nobody fucking cares about that story.
If you can get it right, they would.
Ugh.
How can you not get it right? Little boy gets conned for beans and money and a cow.
Well, the idea in this one is the guy goes, or I don't know if it's a kid or a guy.
Then he tries to make up for his loss by stealing other people's property.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The giant was mad. You know why? Because he stole his fucking golden egg and goose.
It wasn't his.
And harp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure Jack meant well, take care of his family and mom because, he lost the cow.
I don't think Hitler meant well.
No, I don't think he did either. No, I guess that was a bad example.
Bad analogy.
Nicolas Cage means well, too. Doesn't mean he doesn't make shitty films and decisions. How about that? We go from Hitler to Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, but if you're saying Jack should be forgiven like Nicolas Cage, then I cannot be sympathetic towards that character.
Well, this one in Gigantic, basically, he would go up. There's a female giant that he becomes friends with, and then
it just they couldn't get it right. I understand.
And then the bad guys were super giants that were double their size, and they said they could never figure out how to get
BFG.
Pretty much, big fucking giant. They said they could never get the bad guys right. I'm like, great. So it was another good dinosaur.
That's because Jack is the bad guy, to be honest.
He squished in the first 10 minutes of getting up there. The end. Game over.
I know. Jack is basically an unwanted visitor in this make-believe giant land, and he's there. Never mind.
Stop it. Down the hall. What else we got here? Stop it. Go on.
Bad jokes. Just bad jokes. All right, from Home Video Hustle. Said, what are some movies you hate that everyone loves? And we got some responses to Home Video Hustle from our listeners that made it into our listener feedback in responding to Home Video Hustle, who originally gave us a question for our feedback.
That's how it works.
Exactly. And they told two friends, and they told two friends, and so on.
And so on. And they sold shampoo.
Yes. Brought to you by Alberto VO5. All right. Mark James says Donnie Darko in any of the Bourne movies. I'll pass on.
I don't blame him.
I liked Donnie Darko and most of the Bourne movies, but hey, to each their own.
Yes.
The Bourne movies are good, but I can't get past the fight scenes with the camera shaking.
Oh, yeah, like Paul Greengrass. But the first one.
First one's good.
When Lyman or whatever Doug Lyman, I think was the director. I liked that one better than the Paul Greengrass sequels.
Did you ever see the one with Jeremy Renner?
I never did.
I didn't either. I was wondering how that was. The last one looked decent.
The Bourne something or other.
The Bourne Supremacy.
Yeah, Bourne past Bourne Supremacy.
The Bourne Legacy, I think.
Bourne Legacy. The Bourne Supremacy Reborn.
Yes,
Reborn. That's. They should have just called it Reborn.
Exactly. The Reborn reincarnation of Bourne Legacy. All right, anyways, Pam Morris also responded, and she said, I hated, brace yourself, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction hated you, too.
I could see that. I could see that people think it's overrated.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a little long.
It's you got to have a certain sensibility. Just surprises me knowing some of the stuff Pam's talked about how that didn't necessarily fit her sensibility.
Okay.
I got my answers.
What's that?
The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off.
Wrong.
Apparently,
everybody loves those?
Apparently, a lot of people do.
Really?
I do.
We did a frickin' episode of our own podcast devoted to Jason and some of his knuckleheaded internet buddies.
Knucklehead?
Talking about how good those movies are.
Thanks, Jeff, for calling me a knucklehead.
I actually called your buddies knuckleheads.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
They know who they are. They're listening.
Pretty much.
So we're not knuckleheads because we're not really Jason's buddies?
We're not the ones talking good things about Con Air and Face Off.
Who does the movies The Life of Steve Zissou and all that stuff? What's the writer?
That guy.
Steve
Wes
Zissou.
Anderson.
Yeah, Wes Anderson.
Yeah, fuck him. Everything he does, I can't fucking stand except for Rushmore. Can't fucking stand his movies.
Really?
That's the one you picked?
I like Rushmore.
Have you seen The Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No.
I think you would like it.
his fucking cats and dogs thing, or Dog Island that he's coming out with. Oh my god! I put it on our Hobie page. It is awful. Looks awful. Sorry.
You didn't like Moonrise Kingdom?
I don't think I ever saw that one.
You didn't see any of them. You might have saw, the Royal Tenenbaums.
I saw that.
I give up.
That was fucking shitty.
You didn't like that one?
I didn't like Steve Zissou.
I didn't like that one either.
I think this means you're fully qualified to give an opinion for the Tully Award for Besotted Geek.
Yes, that's why we have 4 worst. Blake, any movies you hate that everyone likes?
I can't think of any at the moment.
Okay, well, never mind.
Transformers.
More than me.
People
I thought everybody hated
People pay to
Transformers.
see them. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how. You're right. All right, Transformers. And any Marky Mark movie.
Any Marky Mark movie?
Well, yeah.
Even that Army one he did? What was the name of that one?
G.I. Joe?
Army.
No.
I don't know.
Like the first movie he ever did, like I suppose it was a Danny DeVito movie. Where
The Happening Army story?
No. Well, The Happening was such a great movie.
Yes. There was so much happening in that movie.
The trees! Run! They can't go anywhere.
M. Night Shyamalan's worst ironic ending.
All we need is a fan, and we're safe from the trees.
And everybody just stay 20 feet away from each other. We're good. That's it. Woo! Hi!
Oh no, the pollen's coming this way.
Oh, I got my Allegra in. I'm good. I'm fine.
Stay away from the Funky Bunch. Hey, what happened to the Funky Bunch after Marky Mark left?
They didn't become funky anymore.
They weren't funky anymore?
They work at Wahlburgers now.
They lost their funk.
They probably became a jazz band.
With jazz hands? Yeah. Those aren't jazz hands.
They
probably made real
O-Town or something.
They probably made real
O-Town.
They probably made real music after that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on. What else you got? Oh yeah.
You know what time this is.
Oh yeah. A resident love maker, Nick Albright, is in the house. Not literally, because he has a restraining order. Or Jeff does. But it's Nick Albright with the sexy question of the week. Yeah, this is sexy bend sound is what it's called.
Bend sound?
BNSOUND. Because when I think sexy, I think Ben.
Ooh.
Sound.
There's a lot of Dev sighing in that sexy music.
Yeah,
Dev. When did Dev start making sexy music on YouTube?
When did he stop? Is the better question. Yeah, Nick Albright says, Blake.
What?
Blake?
Wait a minute. He's cheating on you, Jeff. What? You just seen Jeff poison you in an alternate dimension. Oh, yeah. That was last week. You're dead. It comes at night, baby. You also learned that Jeff probably needs to die for this dimension to survive.
Oh, I'm gonna die on you.
Interdimensional sexing, baby. Yeah. I hope Verizon covers that. In the data plan.
Yeah.
That'd be $89.99 extra.
Just because we crossed dimension.
How do you kill Jeff?
What?
Hashtag the shape of Jeff's wang.
Is Stubby a shape?
Is curved.
Based on the Shape of Water's dildo episode last week.
Sexy B sound. Ben sound. Ben Folds 5 is sexy. Said no one ever. Except Carrie Fisher.
She's a brick and I'm drowning.
Brick house. So, Blake, how do you kill him?
How do I kill Jeff?
Slowly?
Lost. Sucked. All you had to do was watch the pilot, and then all you had to do was go straight to the finale episode because everything in between didn't matter at all. That's what I gotta say about Lost.
I don't think he asked you to kill me. Just how would you do it?
Just you wait, Jeff.
Time out. Can I join in on this? Community sucked.
Community sucked.
Oh my god!
I can't believe they wasted how many years in the talent of Chevy Chase?
And I can't believe Chevy Chase was the worst.
Because you didn't even have to watch any of the episodes of Community except for the Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay,
ones.
now you're killing me with the bad head on the table. Stop it! But we can still make fun of Community. Community. They suck. They bankrupt Yahoo's TV department.
No, I don't think it was them.
Oh, it was them.
Oh yeah.
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 So, wait a minute, are you killing Jeff by a polar bear on
Lost sucked. I mean, what was the point of the polar bear? There's no polar bears on tropical islands. What was the point of the others? The others weren't there. I mean, it was all purgatory. Why were the others there? Were they good people? Were they bad people? What happened to all those people? Did they go to heaven or did they go to hell? What happened to the little boy in the boat? Where did he go? There's no point in going and listening anywhere because Lost sucked. That is horrible. It's the worst TV show ever.
I feel like you're not killing him. You're just taking him to Gitmo to punish him with torture.
He's going to do that until I die.
That's right.
Jeff, can you just die? Take one for the team. Come on. Thank you. You killed him. I hope you're happy.
Thank you.
I blame Nick on that one.
Anyways, can we all agree that Ben Folds 5 is sexy?
Yes, we can all agree on that.
Next, what's up we got here? Can we talk about Jim Herzog? He's got a new thing. What, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, Jim Herzog.
He's got a new thing, apparently.
He's got a new thing.
Exactly.
He's got a listener feedback.
Apparently, this was a story that we had brought up a while ago, but we never actually discussed on air, but we talked about it in between recording sessions.
Yes.
We never discussed that on air?
No, we did not.
No.
Basically, I'll get this. Loot boxes are bad.
Loot boxes, not loop boxes, Jason.
Sorry, my bad.
Loop boxes.
No, you're not talking like Loot Crate. Where you subscribe to something and every month they send you stuff.
It's in video games where you have to spend money to get stuff. Yeah. But you don't know what you're getting. You're just spending money. You get this box and they open it up in the video game.
So it's a big gamble.
So you could get a good weapon or you can get a fedora.
Oh, so it's like the mystery box that Jim bought at the Comic Expo.
This year we're doing a $100 mystery box. Randall Holt, RJ Holt, 666, our number 2 fan, said he is in for money with this.
So we should start taking donations for the $100 mystery box.
Yes, we do not take IOUs on this one. Let's just say this. So, anyways, loot boxes, which burst open to reveal randomized rewards in games.
Rewards.
Now you actually have to pay cash to get these?
Yes.
So you're gambling.
So they are now trying to make them illegal in UK.
Yes,
because they said it is a form of gambling.
Especially in the European Union, because they're saying it's a form of gambling because you have no defined actual value of worth. So you can pay like €100 or 1,000 American dollars and get nothing in between, like a fedora instead of your souped up sniper rifle.
So what you're saying is they're taking the baseball card model of you don't know what you're getting. You could get a whole bunch of crap.
You know you're getting a stick of shitty gum.
They don't put gum in them anymore.
That should be outlawed.
Outlaw the baseball card. I don't think there's enough baseball card market anymore. I think you're fine.
Or the whole collectible card game market. Your Magic the Gathering.
It's all on an app now, so fuck it.
So they said it's basically, they can be addictive, like gambling casinos. They said, we know Dr. Luke Clark, director of the Center for...
Luke Clark?
Luke.
I think Loot Clark is in charge of the loot boxes.
He's in charge of the gambling research at the University of British Columbia. He says, we know that the dopamine system, which is targeted by drugs of abuse, is also very interested in unpredictable rewards. So they said dopamine cells are most active when there is maximum uncertainty, and the dopamine system responds more to an uncertain reward than the same reward delivered on a predictable basis. So there you go.
Ooh, so winning something secretive is better than winning something announced.
Yes. So it is in like this. It is like this in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now you do get a daily login loot crate for free, but you can also buy one and you don't know what it is.
So would that be like that the collectible, especially on the telephone or the apps, like the Star Wars cards, which I used to do?
I think it could be.
But you used to be able to get like so many credits free a day as long as you signed in every day. But then they started making the good cards near impossible to get if you weren't paying money.
Yes. As long as you didn't know what your cards were, I think that is part of the gambling because you don't know what you're getting.
I mean, now granted, in those that they say, okay, different cards are in different types of packs, so depending on what pack you buy.
Yeah. Well, this is just pure crap. Basically, you throw money at it and you see what you get.
But now it's in games?
Yes, it's in the games.
So it's games you play that you win something for that game, and whether it be a gun or a
fedora or
a new hat. But you win a new hat.
Well, hold on. I think the point is
you win, you get something.
The point is you don't win.
You're paying $5, $10.
And I think that's the bigger travesty here is they're not focusing on the morality of these games. What they're teaching you is to take shortcuts and buy your way to victory instead of earning it the old-fashioned way like I used to have to do in Pitfall.
Well,
have you ever finished Pitfall? No, because it never ends.
Yes, I did, actually.
You get to the end.
You know how I did? Through a cheat code when it took you. And I didn't have to pay for that, damn it. That was free, and I earned it.
I finished Pitfall. I broke my TV. The end. Fucking Pitfall. A series of 1996 lawsuits brought against baseball card manufacturers under the Federal Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act claimed that limited run chase cards, quote unquote, were rare, valuable cards that might appear in a pack, constitute an illegal lottery. The suits were not successful, though.
Is people should have sued for the shitty gum that was in those packs.
So
that was the worst.
So apparently in '96 they were calling those lotteries. I didn't even read the article that you're reading there. So
in last year, the Washington State Gambling Commission ordered Valve, which is a game manufacturer, to take whatever actions are necessary to put an end to third-party skin gambling sites where players could bet valuable gun skins, like the skin on the gun.
Yeah, the coloring and
on the outcomes of esports matches. Who the fuck is gambling this?
It's apparently somebody.
Are you gambling money on that, or are you just gambling?
You're gambling the skin.
Yeah, well, if I want to give up a frickin' skin in my video game, couldn't I? If it doesn't have a monetary link to it?
Well, they said that they are looking at blind boxes, the mystery boxes that we talk about at conventions, that they could be a form of gambling too.
Well, but they guarantee you're getting
whatever the value is.
The value. Now, granted, half the stuff in it is stuff you would never even consider buying.
Correct.
For any price. And the other stuff is stuff you might consider buying for, I got
a $3 air freshener. That was nice.
I don't even remember. Did I get a bottle opener out of that?
I think you got a bottle opener. So, thank you, Jim Herzog, for that. That was a very good article.
It brought discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we like these questions.
It's very rare. Very rare that we get a Major League Baseball pitcher send us questions in.
I don't think that was him.
Oh,
it is. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. Oh, thanks. Next one from Mr. Heno.
Happy birthday.
Yes, it was Heno's birthday earlier this week.
No, happy
birthday.
Best
abs in the business.
Mm-hmm. And also the most overworked podcaster.
Yes, he is on 16 different shows.
16 different shows, and he travels the entire continental United States to show up on each one.
Not Ohio.
But not Cincinnati.
I even came on his show.
Yeah, you did.
A lot of people
do.
JC
did come to Ohio.
I know, just not us.
Pretty much just to drive through from Detroit to Pittsburgh.
But he was mindful to send us a question.
Yes.
And that is pretty nice for listener feedback. So Mr. Heno says, if Dev...
Big Dev the Sigh Guy.
Sighs in the woods, and no one is there to hear it, does a bear grab Burger and find out if shit sticks to his body?
Hey!
think he's referencing to a podcast a couple weeks ago.
I don't like this.
I don't know.
I don't think a bear will actually do that based on Dev's sighing. I think a bear will do it regardless on if anyone hears Dev sigh or not.
I'm not pretty sure. Dev has broken into new ground there on the sexy YouTube music with his sighs.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
If that female singer would have been a little more quiet and we can focus more on Dev's sighs.
Oh, yeah. Ben Folds.
Hey, which YouTube song was that with Dev sighs?
It said Ben's sound. Ben Knees? What was that?
Ben Sound?
Yeah, BenSound.
Ben Sound.
Yeah.
Cool. Next, from our most educated listener.
Yes.
Des
Hassing.
He imparts upon us some wisdom. Actually, he's must be majoring in philosophy right now because he's sending us a philosophy question.
Okay.
He says, is Brigger in love with Riverdale because Veronica is really hot or because he envies Archie's body?
Yes.
Column A, column B.
Yes.
A little bit of both.
Jason thinks, therefore he is.
It's a beautiful piece of work.
So moving on.
So Riverdale
Go watch
plus
it, people.
Archie equals
Happy
Brigger.
Jason. Archie, you are so hot. I mean, Veronica, you're so hot.
Brigger is being very obtuse.
I do love Riverdale.
You mean he's larger than right?
Well, he's being kind of acute, really.
He's not being cute at all.
Kind of feel like a Sosceles. Moving on.
All right, anyways.
Scaling?
Can I go back to making bad jokes that everybody politics and everybody hates? All right. Randall Holtz, thoughts on a rumor of Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan in the DCU. Would he want his own real ring since he does
his own
thoughts?
Stunts.
He says thoughts.
Yes.
Obviously, what you're referring to is the new Scientology TV channel.
Yes. Did you see that? I'm excited. It's going to be up there with the NRA TV channel that I'm watching. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, for every episode that you get to move on to the next level, you have to pay like another $1 million.
Allegedly.
Can I just pay all the money up front and just skip to level 27?
No, you can pay all your money up front and then move to level 2.
Oh.
But you're going to be clear. So that's great.
But at the end of it,
I got that going for me.
At the end of it, you'll be self-actualized and smarter than everybody else.
Yes, so Tom Cruise is Hal Jordan. Anyone thinking on that? That's a good idea.
That's the Green Lantern.
Yes.
But if I don't do this, it would make me glib, right?
Is that what it is? You are glib. Isn't that the guy that did the golf? Oh, that's Dorf.
Dwarf? No,
yeah.
Dwarf is not glib, no. No, glib is what Tom Cruise called Matt Lauer.
Oh.
And apparently Tom Cruise looks like he won that battle.
Well, yes.
Well, as long as Tom Cruise can run, I think he's got a job.
Movie running.
If he can run.
But the problem is he can't run in space. So he's not going to be a good Hal
with
Jordan.
a Green Lantern ring, he can.
Probably could.
He's just going to be on a treadmill in space.
He'll just be running, like instead of flying through the air, he'll be running, and that'll propel him through the air.
I just picture like a 1980s bad superhero show with like him superimposed on the green screen. I like it.
He also has to ride a motorcycle.
That's true.
In a motorcycle
and
chase.
jump off of it.
Lobo does.
That's right.
I could see that.
Sheriff Lobo?
Yeah. Because I think motorcycle chases in Tom Cruise movies are about just as prevalent as him running.
On the positive, it's got to be better than the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
You would think. How about if you do Green Lantern and ignore Hal Jordan?
I'm fine with that too. Kyle Rayner. Bring him back, baby. Put him on screen. Sorry, that's all I got.
All right. Well, we have listener reviews.
Oh.
We have, once again, Pam Morris, but this time she's talking about Veronica. Not the Elvis Costello song.
Or from Riverdale.
Yeah, or from Riverdale. It says, Cousin Jeff, do not watch. Veronica is not scary at all, and it was a waste of my time. It wasn't scary at all.
Oh, then I might enjoy it.
First 3/4 of the movie was boring and slow. Are you sure she's not confusing my cousin Rachel?
Or The Walking Dead.
Or The Walking Dead. I was very disappointed, especially since it has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Really? 100%? And
2 people voted.
Let me know what you
For
think.
this.
Let me. What is it about?
It's on Netflix. It's a horror movie. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mentioned it, and I put it out of my mind because it's Netflix. I mean, it's not because it's a horror movie.
We do have one more listener review. Chris Richardson from 365
Ooh, this just in.
Flicks. He says, tell me you're watching season 2 of Jessica Jones. I thought it would suck balls without David Tennant. I was very wrong. You can quote me on that on listener reviews. It's damn good, and Kristen Ritter is properly showing her acting chops. Damn good.
Like I said, 4 episodes in, and I agree with him.
There you go.
He might have actually started on the Pornhub with the sucking balls part. Maybe
true.
he got confused.
With Jennifer Jones?
Yes.
Yes. And he also said, I've completely fallen behind on Black Lightning, though. I need to catch up. Yes, you do. Black Lightning is fun. The last couple episodes have been good.
Yes, you cheeky monkey.
Please do.
Hello, Vicka.
My review will be out tomorrow on nerdly.co.uk.
Jolly good.
So, that is... Oh, we got one more listener feedback, I think.
Oh, we have one more, wanker. See, I'm drumming up our British listeners.
You're a cheeky cunt.
Yes. You said the Queen C word.
Yes.
Not the American C
No,
word.
not the American one.
No complaints, people.
Nope.
You're allowed to say the Queen C word.
Yes.
Or, as
But
I
not
learned on the Joel McHale show, you can say the South African K word.
Yes.
Because apparently that means what? Child?
Yes.
In Afrikaans
Yes.
or something?
In Afrikaans.
That's what it's called.
Africana.
Is that what it is?
No.
I have no idea.
I feel like we're getting off subject here. I
Where
feel
are we
very
going?
uncomfortable.
Okay, so this week's word is...
Can we move on?
Professor number one and Professor number one and Doctor number one.
We've been talking.
We're lost. That was a bad TV show, by the way.
Stop going back to it.
Just watch the pilot and go to the finale. Save yourself 7 seasons. I'm trying something called humor.
No, just go to the question.
It's failing.
I'm failing miserably.
Go to the question.
Oh.
Moving on.
Professor number one and
Yes.
Doctor number one. Regarding last week's top 5, look up Carnal Olympics. Great movie poster and great Olympic question. What events would make up your Carnal Olympics? Somehow I think this is really directed at Pornhub or something like that. I don't want to know what the Carnal Olympics are.
Is that like, shooting a load for distance and for height? You get extra.
Pornographer Carlos Tobalina
Jesus.
steadfastly believes that orgy scenes are the epitome of eroticism. I'm getting to it. Hold on.
Do we have to go into this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We need to.
You're right. We haven't hit the low yet. We might as well keep going. I thought we did with my bad jokes.
Oh no. We got plenty.
We got
lower
plenty
to
of
go.
low to go? Okay.
I'm just getting the shovels out now.
Oh, shit. It's on YouTube, but I don't want to see it. The wrong button. Dismiss. No.
Well, now it's on your.
No. Stop it. I can stop.
Is it the whole movie?
Only 98 people have seen it.
Well, if it's on YouTube, can't be that bad.
Now 99.
I don't want to watch it on YouTube. Make it stop. Okay, there's more.
Do you and your wife share the same YouTube login?
No, but my kids are going to be on my phone during on
God.
YouTube here.
Dear God.
It's got no reviews on Amazon.
Delete everything.
Let's see here. There's the poster. I'll post that there. There's the poster
That's
for Carnal Olympics.
Interesting.
It's a woman spread eagle. She's clothed. Well,
Oh, okay.
She's not coming off the ski jump. Spread eagle.
It's a 27 by 4. Oh, that's on Amazon. You can buy the poster.
All
I
right.
just
How
wanna
much
know
is
what-
the
Or you can just
poster?
download it and use it as wallpaper
Let's
For
see.
your bathroom?
for your phone.
I don't even know what this is. Everything is watch this X-rated movie. So I'm not watching it.
All right. Thanks,
Professor
Doctor
number one. Did you say longest load? Farthest load. 10 minutes later, I finally got that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was trying to not watch the movie on YouTube.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of Carnal Olympic events.
The long jump. The pole vault.
Well, I don't know if you saw. I suppose those weren't broadcast in America, but like years ago, they Trojans had their Trojan games or something.
Like the condo?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so they had like
Fastest condo
different things
on?
like that. They had like some gymnastics one where the lady like runs down and flips in the air and lands on the guy.
Oh, that can't be good.
Sticks the landing.
That's going to break something.
That's not good.
I want to see the pommel horse.
And then
Sorry. Brings new events like rhythmic gymnastics.
Instead of ribbons that you're twirling, you're doing whips.
That's right.
I like
the relay race, passing the baton.
Your partner's got to stay with you while you hold and run.
Hammering throw.
That's just wrong.
hammering throws of ecstasy.
Log rolling. What does that
even mean? New definition for triple jump.
God. I'm so sorry.
Javelin toss.
The shot put.
I love javelin toss.
I'm just saying I'm not going in that swimming pool after all this. I'm not doing laps. The breaststroke is going to look really bad.
You thought the breaststroke was bad. Wait till you see freestyle.
What's the one when they're on their back and they stroke?
The backstroke?
Yeah. I'm not doing that either.
When they're on their back. Doing the swim. Oh, backstroke. You know what? It's not, you know, it's not nonfiction, it's
Fiction?
yeah, that's what it is.
So even though we mocked it, we did do the Olympics here. We got the Cardinal Olympics down. Woo! Can we go to Face Off?
Sure.
Tiny surgery.
I'd like to take his face off.
Jeff, that was a good impression of Nicolas Cage. I'm impressed.
I've been working on it.
Yep. Can you tell us what the Face Off is?
No, because I'm on the wrong page.
Okay, from Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666. Face Off is where you take teams or people or not nonfiction, but what's it called?
Nonfiction?
No, not nonfiction.
Fiction.
There you go. Teams, and you fight each other. This week, Gal Gadot versus Rami LaCroix in a hula hoop contest.
Damn you,
Gal Gadot
Randall Holt. Damn you,
Rami
Randall Holt.
LaCroix in a hula hoop contest.
Who would
He
win?
linked a thing on
Yes.
Gal Gadot doing a hula hoop.
Yes.
What?
She did it on
Google
one of
it.
the talk shows or something.
Can you send me the link? I need to see this for research purposes.
You just Google it.
Research purposes.
I think Jim had the best answer on
Okay.
this one.
What's that?
He says, if we get Gal Gadot and Rami LaCroix in a hula hoop contest, we all win.
I agree. But I'm still going with Gal Gadot. I think Gal Gadot, just because she's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman!
Just because you don't think of all the penises
wow.
that you saw around her whenever you think of her.
Like Rami LaCroix. I love some hot yoga. How are you doing?
Penis, 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 penis.
Blake, who are you picking?
He's
Hello, my name is Gal Gadot, and my secret talent is that I can hula hoop. Okay, let's try.
Blake, this is not going to be good podcasting material.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's even picking up on your mic.
Let's say Gal Gadot wins. Okay, moving on.
Hold on.
Wish me luck.
What you got here?
I'm watching. That was her breathing. She's preparing.
Sure that wasn't Dev?
She's hula hooping. If she was doing this in the Wonder Woman outfit, she'd score bonus points.
So who, you still picking Remy?
I think I would have to agree with Jim. I think in reality,
We all win.
we all win.
We do. Bring me my croissant from my butthole.
God, you ruin everything. Now, should we have a public service announcement about you probably shouldn't eat croissants out of buttholes like you shouldn't eat
vanilla ice cream out of a vagina?
Hoo-ha!
Hoo-ha, sorry.
Hey, you know what? I was actually thinking about this the other day.
Oh, great. Okay.
About the 50 Shades Freed and the ice cream and the hoo-ha.
Yes.
Do you remember 9.5 Weeks, Kim Basinger? Yes. Remember the elevator scene?
Yes.
I was sitting there thinking, wouldn't it be more realistic is that after they got done making the mess in the kitchen with all the stuff out of the refrigerator, that they sat there and went, all right, well, we got to clean this up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I keep thinking. Well, thanks. I got to take the honey and the strawberries.
Oh, my God. You know, I have to go to the shower. I have to get this out of these places here. And they should make it more realistic.
I mean, pretend that they were living at their in-laws' house and this happened.
Oh, God.
In-laws come home, they see this in the kitchen. Everyone else is gone.
Did you see the aftermath?
Yeah, it's just the aftermath.
The aftermath.
Blake, what's going on in the kitchen? Nothing.
You know,
why is the kitchen floor full of strawberries, honey, whipped cream? That's not whipped cream.
Artichokes, apricots, peaches,
apricots.
I don't understand this.
What's that pineapple-y smell?
Why are the vents closed? I don't understand.
I was just sitting here thinking about it because everybody's like, oh, yeah, 50 Shades Freed. Like, oh, 9.5 weeks. You know, Kim Basinger back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, in the whole elevator scene, you're like, oh, my God, that's so erotic. Then you sit and think, no, it's not. You think of the mess you have to clean up after that.
I think of that. I think of the mess when there's action scenes in movies and there's fights in that. I'm like, who's cleaning this shit up?
Exactly.
Who's cleaning this shit up? I don't know.
You know, this always bothers me to completely change the subject.
Yes.
When you're watching, like, home improvement shows and people are always excited about Destruction Day or whatever, when they get to knock all the walls down, and I'm just like, oh God, that means there's just more to clean up when you knock it down.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take it out
piece by piece
instead of destroying it and then having to then take it out again?
Hold on a second. Renovation and destroying things is a lot of fun.
No.
Yeah,
I just look at it and think,
do you ever have to remove drywall? It's a lot of fun when you're tearing
it. Isn't. I've done it, and I didn't enjoy it one lick.
Didn't do it.
I always like when they do the reveal and everybody loves their house and that. I want to see the after the reveal when they take all the staged furniture out of there. Oh, but that's not my.
A lot of it's not stage furniture. They went and spent a fortune on furniture.
How?
I want to see the reveal when they have to pay their new real estate taxes that have been increased.
I bought a house for $25,000, but we put $600,000 into it. Have fun with that tax bill.
That's right.
I only paid $25 for it. It's right here on the auditor's website.
I always like when they go over their pricing. Well, our renovation budget was $45,000. What'd you end up paying? $125,000. We went slightly over. I needed a jacuzzi tub. That's a pretty fucking expensive jacuzzi tub.
That's right.
Thanks.
Our budget is $1.3 million. Well, here's a home for 1.4.
No, here's one for 2.7. Yeah, I think we could swing it.
It's a little over our budget, but there wasn't enough space to entertain.
Yes. How much fucking entertaining are you doing?
Well, that's the thing that it's
8,000 square feet. I think that's enough.
It intrigues me when, like you said, they're looking at those $1.4 million houses and they buy it for 1.6 or whatnot.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. It might sound like it's not a whole lot of money, but that's more than the cost of my house.
It's always
difference. Just the difference in what you're looking at is more than what I can afford.
I like in California.
Don't all those idiots know they should come to Ohio and they can buy 5 houses for that?
Well, the best is in California. They're like, well, the listing price is $185,000 for this 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square foot house.
Yeah.
We got into a bidding war and ended up paying $800,000. What? Why are you in a bidding war? No.
Yeah,
Don't
I don't think that's weird. I'm just not used to those bidding wars.
No.
It's like normally, where we are, if you ask something and expect to get more than your asking price, you ain't gonna get it.
No.
We have this closet in Manhattan where you can stand up and sleep. $1.4 million. I got into a bidding war. I paid $2.
The good news is, though, I do have my own bathroom. Full? No, I just have a sink.
That I pee and shower.
Well, actually, it has a window. I just open it up.
Not sure why bubonic plague is back in our area.
I should blame the smell on the homeless people.
This week's will be sponsored by House Hunters.
So that was your face-off.
That music only means what? One thing.
It means I still have yet to get the old News of the Geek music out of the archives.
Get out! You know what I think you should do? I think you should do a secret News of the Geek auto-tune and slip it in there on Jason.
It's news!
It's time for news of the... It's time for news. It's time for news of the geek.
News of the Geek.
The good news is it only took 87 of Beyonce's writers to write that for you.
Ooh.
Only 87 producers?
Yes.
It must be a Migos hit.
Anyway. Sorry, I'm writing down a title for our show. So, anyways, per TNW, which I don't know what it is because the intern did not expend on it, website, perhaps no building sums up the company it contains better than Apple's spaceship campus. The impressive structure houses some 13,000 employees, each contained within barely any walls, overflowing with giant panes of glass.
Giant panes of glass.
Standing as high as 45 feet, some of them. The inner offices are more of the same, steel and glass, an homage to the industrial design as the
Aesthetic.
The word is aesthetic. Now I can't say it.
Aesthetic.
I told you speech impediments are contagious. That Apple has cultivated through its product line over the last decade. According to persons familiar with the matter, Apple employees cannot seem to stop running into the glass walls at the new campus. This big story, when you said this, Blake, made me laugh way too hard.
That's great. Because all the walls are glass, they keep running into them.
Because they don't look where they're going.
Yes,
I keep thinking of them
That's right.
holding the lunch tray and just all over them.
Yes.
Well, if they're holding the lunch tray, they probably know where they're going. They all got their fucking phones out.
Yes, keep reading.
The staff, much like staff at any other office, often finds themselves glued to their mobile devices.
I don't think that's like any other office.
No. When I walk to the pisser, I'm not holding my phone out.
No.
While shuttling
Shitter's a different story, though.
shuttling from meeting to meeting. In their distracted state, many are getting a harsh reality check as they run face first into the pleasing walls.
Aesthetically pleasing wall. They're all on their iPads and iPhones, walking from point A to B and walking into walls.
If only they had an app to warn them that there's a wall coming close.
You know, they probably could map the area and have your GPS telling you when you're about to...
Hey, wait a minute. You could have Siri tell you, never mind.
Some have resorted to marking the danger areas with Post-it notes.
Which makes the aesthetically pleasing walls look like crap.
Pointless. They're putting Post-it notes on the glass walls to remind people that there's a glass wall there.
Although sources report that these have since been removed as they reduce the visual appeal of the minimalist office.
Oh my God, there's a ghost. Oh no, those are just Post-it notes.
I would have made the Post-its in the shape of a person on the wall. Or like an armadillo or a dog. Guess what it is?
Just finger paint on the glass walls.
Can you imagine the janitors walking around pulling down all the Post-it notes? Goddamn kids! Goddamn interns!
Who's fucking coming on the walls? God, that streaks. God.
You just have to ruin a story, Jason.
This is not the first time. Oh, sorry. This is the first time it's pensionate for minimalist design.
Minimalist.
Has put the company in hot water. In 2011, an 83-year-old woman ran into a glass wall at one of the company's New York Apple store locations. She fractured her nose and sued the company for failing to post a warning about the glass to warn shoppers of its existence.
Like the big white apple on the glass thing didn't warn her?
The suit was settled in 2013 with no cost to Apple. How does that happen?
Insurance.
Yeah. So if you go to the Apple spaceship...
it might have been Apple. It might have been the mall.
Ooh. Oh, that's true. Yeah, so there you go. If you go to the spaceship for Apple, don't run into the walls.
Yeah. Do you know how dongles happen? This is how dongles happen.
I thought you meant dominoes. They just hit one wall.
Did you say dongles?
Dongles. This is where ideas for dongles come from.
Oh, what's a dongle?
Because they keep running in the dongle for the eye. Never mind.
You're talking to old people.
Yeah, dongle. He's a horrible president.
Oh my God, I hate dongles.
Yeah, fucking president. Wait, that's not a dongle. That's a Donald. Damn it! I'm so confused.
I hate it when my jokes are smarter than me.
Anyway, this will make me cry. Kristen Wiig is confirmed.
That will make me cry too.
As the villain role in Wonder Woman 2, per The Hollywood Reporter.
Boo.
Wiig will play DC Comics villain Cheetah. Great villain. A moniker that has been
perfect.
Adopted by multiple characters over the years, and who generally are known for having superhuman strength and agility.
What about speed?
No, actually, that's the ironic part. They're not fast.
Cheetah's
the characters
actually
are not
pretty
fast.
slow.
Yep. They're like the sloth.
Okay.
The most famous version of the character, Dr. Barbara Ann
Minerva,
didn't make her way into the comics until 1987 under the work of writer Len Wein and artist George Perez. Everyone loves George Perez.
Oh, really? Wow, because I know the Cheetah was back around when the Super Friends were on in the 70s. I remember the Cheetah from...
Minerva is a British anthropologist.
But the Minerva version didn't make it.
Well, I don't like the Minerva version.
An heir who gains the powers of the cheetah after an expedition to an African jungle. But really? She wore a jacket.
I thought she got her powers after she reached age 40 and had sex with a young man.
No. That's a cougar.
Oh.
That's the villain in Wonder Woman 3.
Oh, shit.
It's going to be played by Sharon Stone. Patty Jenkins is returning to...
Dongles, Jason. Dongles.
Horrible president. Patty Jenkins.
I thought that was funny.
You know, here's the funny thing.
It might be funny. I just don't get it.
Here's the funny thing.
Cougar. Never mind.
I get tweets.
Oh, that. I thought you meant the dongles.
I get tweets after the show is released from a few people that go, man, that joke that Blake made that went over you guys' head, that was hilarious. And I'm like,
what joke?
I don't understand. What joke? Very few plot details are known about the superhero film, but Patty Jenkins is returning, thank God. But follow-up will be set in the 1980s against the backdrop of the Cold War. Wonder Woman 2 is set
the what of the Cold War?
Cold.
The backdrop of the Cold War. Oh, I thought you said, never mind.
No. Wait, now I'm confused because I thought Wonder Woman was in hiding since World War I until last year.
What happens to the chemical lady from World War I?
I don't know.
She dies.
I thought she was going to be the next villain.
You know what brought Wonder Woman out? Padded shoulder pads from the office. The office suits. That's what she likes.
There's a smart look. I can do that one. She came out of hiding.
I can fight crime during the day or at night and play for the Los Angeles Rams during the day. It was perfect. Let's see. Wonder Woman 2 is set to hit theaters November 1st, 2019, and will be Wig's first foray into the superhero genre. Yeah. Maybe she'll surprise us.
She might. She did one thing in her career that didn't suck.
The Martian?
Oh, yeah, two things.
There you go. See?
She wasn't terrible in The Martian.
There you go.
She was good in the Joe Schmo show.
Oh, she was good in Joe Schmo. Everybody was getting that.
You know, if she plays a cheetah like her bridesmaid's character...
She's going to shit in a sink?
No, that's the other lady.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's gonna shit in the middle of the road. I'm sorry.
I just want to see Cheetah running in the jungle and shitting. I'm a cheetah. That's what I do.
Hold on.
Use a litter box.
And stop. Yeah, and stop and bury it.
Speaking of burying it, so local news had a thing on, is Bigfoot in Kentucky? No, it's not. I just answered your 5-minute segment.
Everybody.
I just answered your segment. No, they were saying, is Bigfoot in Kentucky? These two guys want to prove that he is. No, he isn't. And the funny thing is, I looked at my wife when this segment came on, and I go,
We're watching this, aren't we?
Why is the local news doing this? And two, no, you would have found a carcass by now. I'm sorry. And then you have the Bigfoot apologists that say, actually, they bury their dead. What?
But you would figure one of them died away from the group.
You would think.
No. See, what you don't realize about Bigfoot is once the soul leaves the creature, it evaporates.
You know, elephants have graveyards. We find those. It's the same thing.
Well, based upon the original $6 Million Man TV episode, Bigfoot is an alien.
Well, he was an alien.
Yes.
Episode 44, 45, when we were at the Miami Town Paranormal Festival, we did talk to the one Bigfoot hunter, and he said he does not believe that Bigfoot is a pet of the aliens that some people believe. And then to which I respond, I didn't know that was a theory. But good for that.
That's because he's the expert, Jason.
He is the expert. It was a good, fun show. Jeff didn't talk about that interview much. Jason, you can handle this one.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to insult someone who's willing to come and talk to us.
Well, the fact that he honestly believed in it pretty well, I
think his checkbook believes in it enough to sell books. If you believe in Bigfoot and that stuff, good for you. I just think it's funny that the local news always goes back like every 5-10 years. Is Bigfoot in Kentucky? Nope. There's your segment. No. We're done. How would you like to be the reporter for that? Hey, Bill, this week you're going to be going to these hillbillies out in Kentucky. No offense to hillbillies or Kentucky. But they're looking for Bigfoot. I'm out.
Are you sure this wasn't a new spin on the Bourbon Tour? The Bourbon Trail? The Bigfoot Bourbon Trail? Advertise it?
Yeah. You drink enough bourbon, you're going to find Bigfoot.
You find Bigfoot, you get a free shot of bourbon.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it. So, there's your News of the Geek.
Hey, I'm Dustin.
And I'm Steve.
And we host the Wedding Photo Hangover Podcast, a lighthearted look at the vast world of wedding photography.
That's what we're doing? I thought we were making a podcast about drinking beers, flying drones.
Did you even take yours out of the box?
Coping with your post-wedding hangover, social media etiquette, and wearing moon shoes.
They're not moon shoes, Steve. They're just...
But seriously, check us out if you want to have a laugh and learn a thing or two about shooting weddings and running a wedding photography business.
You can find the Wedding Photo Hangover Podcast on iTunes or wherever you get podcasts.
Jeff, what are you doing September 14th through the 16th?
I'm going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
That's right, at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tickets are at CincinnatiComicExpo.com, and Hobie is sponsored by them, so we appreciate it. In fact, Andrew, the owner and creator of the Cincinnati Comic Expo, one of them, he actually wore our Hobie shirt to the convention down in Lexington this weekend.
Because he wants everyone to know where Hobie is.
Yes.
He didn't incite a mob riot?
After this episode, he may not want to know that. Anyways, at the Cincinnati Comic Expo, Jose Delbo will be there. He will be at the Cincinnati Expo 2018. He last appeared in 2011. He did work for Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and Superman Batman comic books. He's an artist. He will be there. Also, winter is coming?
You mean Jamie Lannister?
Yes.
Or better known as Nicholas Coster-Waldau?
Yes, one of the few American visits. He will be here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's see, Mike Zeck. He did a lot of work on G.I. Joe, Secret Wars. Basically a lot of stuff in the early 90s, late 80s that I grew up with. G.I. Joe I loved because I used to have a subscription to that.
Yo Joe.
And I'm going to screw up his name. Sean Schemmel. He is the voice of Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was just announced this week too. So, and also Kobe Smulders from How I Met Your Mother and is Maria Hill in the Avengers series movies.
Go for it.
Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 14th through 16th. Hobie will be there. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com, September 14th through the 16th.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, the bombs this week. Unfortunately, I think we have to talk about A Wrinkle in Time.
Do we? We can just go back in time and not talk about it.
Now, granted, it made respectable $33.5 million in its opening week. But lower than what they were predicting, and I suppose with all the Oprah-ness behind it, I think they expected more.
Yes.
They went for the heavy play for the family crowd, and they showed up, but just not enough for what Disney wanted.
Disney wanted about 40 to 50 million. It's good to want things.
It's real good to want things. The film also got a mild response from the critics, with 43% critics on Rotten Tomatoes thinking it's a worthwhile movie, and a B on Cinema Score. Probably a B- from Entertainment Weekly.
Yes.
Overseas, the film did okay, with $6.3 million in just 6 small markets. Domestically, looks like it might get $100 to $115 million domestically. So it needs more overseas to make its money back.
It's a $100 million budget, but they said it's probably double that for marketing.
Yeah, they've been marketing the hell out of that. So,
did you have any desire to see it? I know you read the books, but
I did. I do want to see it. God, I tend to only make it to the superhero movies anymore. Although I will be there for Ready Player One.
Are you going opening night for that?
I think I am.
Are you?
Opening night for that is a Wednesday, I think.
Really?
Yes.
I did see. I actually thought about seeing Tomb Raider this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought, it kind of looks different. I'm trying to do little different things. I saw Red Sparrow. I was like, if I had nothing going on, I was thinking, well, maybe I'll go see Thursday. Unfortunately, my son has baseball practice, so I don't know if I'm going to have time. I don't know if I want to go to the 10:30 showing of a movie that I really don't care about.
I'm not going to go for opening night. What I need to do is I need to get the movie pass.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, to get the movie pass, you need to have space on your phone to download the app.
You might need a new phone.
Yeah, I do need a new phone. So when I get a new phone, I'll look into getting the movie pass.
Okay.
But I was a little disappointed because I thought maybe, I could just get the thing or whatever and put it on, a tablet or something. Mm-hmm. You need to be at the theater to check in to buy the movie. Yeah, you need to. Well, one, I hate doing that too because I turn off my note.
Yep.
I don't want people to know where I am. I don't want people to find me. I hate when people check in everywhere. Yeah, location. I hate when people check in everywhere because all that's telling me is, hey, everybody, I'm not at home. Go rob my house.
Especially when people go on vacation.
Yeah.
No problem.
I feel like turning into a criminal and just robbing from Facebook friends.
Smooth criminal.
And now that I say that, I'm going to be the first person accused when it happens to somebody I know. But
just if you go into Blake's in-laws' house, be careful because there's a lot of honey and strawberries on the floor. You don't want to slip on that.
See, Jason, that's why you're smart enough to go on vacation at the same time I do.
That's true. What else we got?
Oh, I suppose we can talk
Hurricane Heist?
Yeah, Hurricane Heist. We talked about that coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently people weren't listening because no one went to see it. It failed its opening weekend, getting $3.2 million.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
It ranks as Entertainment Studios' lowest opening for a wide release after Hostiles. Oh, God. And 46 Meters Down. Maybe 10.1 and 11.2 million, respectively, in their opening weeks.
Maybe it's not the movies, but Entertainment Studios that's the issue. Maybe it's the whole studio.
The film will not get much over $10 million and will lose on its $35 million budget.
I'm really shocked by that.
Cinema Score gives it a B-, and Rotten Tomatoes gives it 33.
It's only a B-.
That's true. Who the fuck wanted to see this movie?
The only reason I know about it is we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
So it's a disaster flick.
No, it happens during a hurricane. They go to rob a bank.
That's what I mean. It's a disaster.
The movie is a disaster.
Dongles, Jason.
Horrible president. I hate dungarees. What else we got?
You hate blue jeans?
Forever in blue jeans.
All right, the top 5 this week at the box office. Number 1, Black Panther made another $41 million, a total of $562 million on a $200 million budget.
Yay.
Worldwide, it has broke $1 billion.
Yes.
Yep.
And take that.
I think next week it's going for the record of 5 straight weeks, and I will look it up. There's one other movie that has done that. Avatar, I think. They're trying to break Avatar.
5 straight weeks at what?
Number 1.
Please.
You mean like Titanic
Avatar.
didn't make
it? It would be
5?
the last one. Since Avatar.
Since Avatar. Oh, okay.
Beat Avatar.
Number 2,
please.
A Wrinkle in Time made the $33.5 million we discussed earlier. Number 3, Strangers: Pray at Night made 10.5 in its opening weekend, doubling its budget.
Nice.
Jason's favorite, Red Sparrow, made another $8 million, a total of $31 million on a $69 million budget. And Game Night made another $8 million, total of $45 million on a $37 million budget.
Game Night just keeps plugging along.
Why not? I mean, well, it probably hasn't gotten all its money back with advertising and whatnot.
Because they advertised the shit out of that one.
They did. But you like to see, lesser, not big budget movies, at least get a little money.
Well, it's like the Greatest Showman or whatever that is. That sucker plugged along and still doing well. I mean, it made over $100 million. It's plugging along because it stayed at number 5 for like 8 weeks. It just kept making enough money to get by.
Upcoming, March 16th of last year, Tomb Raider and Love, Simon.
That actually looks kind of humorous. Love, Simon?
I
don't think it's a comedy, Jason.
It is somewhat of a comedy. It's a teen comedy, teen romantic comedy. About the kid coming out of the closet at high school.
Oh, yeah, okay. That one.
Yeah. It looks funny. It looks good.
It looks heartbreaking.
I hope not.
My heart was broken.
They said Tomb Raider might overseat Black Panther as number 1. I'm going to say now. I don't think it does.
Black Panther, another 41.
Even if it makes $30 million, do you think Tomb Raider will make above 30? I don't know if there's a big call.
That's going to be close. I think it's going to be close.
You think between
Maybe
Black Panther?
Tied.
That would be awesome. As long as Black Panther beats Avatar. Let's do some buy-sell, Jeff.
Seriously?
What's that?
Well, I'm looking at this buy-sell.
Yes.
We've got Maggie Grace.
Mm-hmm.
According to the Hollywood Stock Exchange.
Yes.
She is at $84.30.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that had Natalie Portman at like $15?
Yes. It does not make sense on some of this.
Maggie Grace.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it gets worse. Again?
Is she the lady from Lost? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Week?
Yes, she was Shannon from Lost.
Shannon, that's what I thought. There's no way Shannon from Lost should be 7 times more expensive than...
She was in Hurricane Heist.
Okay. Yeah. She should not be 7 times more expensive than... She was in the Taken movies. Is that what it was?
Yes.
It is if you confuse her as being the chick on Grey's Anatomy. Oh. Which I was for like the first season or 2 of Lost. Go ahead. Grey's Anatomy chick, girl. I'm sorry, woman.
So $84.30, are you buying or selling? And who's her comparison?
Oh, if I've got... her comparison, Tessa Thompson, who I don't know who that is either, is at $87.03.
I'm selling. I'm not paying $84 for Maggie Grace. I'm selling that. If somebody's willing to buy.
I am selling that.
Sell now.
I am selling all my Maggie Grace and using that money to buy some Natalie Portman.
It's like an overvalued international stock. Sell now.
Wow. Going on. Chris Pine. He's at $108.20.
He was in A Wrinkle in Time.
He wasn't A Wrinkle in Time.
Mm-hmm. Comparison?
That's a tough one. Comparison, we're comparing him to Ed Skrein. However you pronounce it.
I have no idea.
He's at $92.34, which I think is overvaluing him.
He's the villain in Deadpool.
Is he going to be in Deadpool 2?
No.
Then...
He's also the villain in something else coming out. I forget, a new movie coming out.
He was the original Dario Naharis.
Yes.
But then they got him for somebody who wasn't as good.
That was a mistake.
I'll buy Chris Pine.
I like Chris Pine. I'm trying to think of $108.
I think he's going to be in a superhero movie next.
Wonder Woman 2?
No. Oh, yeah, he was in that. Damn it, never mind.
Will they do flashbacks to him? I mean,
he could.
Spoilers, he died in Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming they'll do flashbacks or something.
He pulled a Captain America.
I'm telling you, go ahead and buy it, even though he's high, because it'll still go up, because, he is in the Star Trek series.
Yeah. If they make any more.
That's guaranteed money.
If they make any more.
They will.
Aren't they? Didn't they sign
Simon
Tarantino?
Pegg? Oh, yeah, they did do Tarantino.
Tarantino to direct it, although I'm like, they're going to make an R-rated Star Trek movie?
They're doing 5 short films and just combining it into one. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, I wouldn't surprise me.
They're hiding Vulcans under the floor. So they were looking for them. That's what the whole plot of the next one is.
And Christina Hendricks, she's at $12.79.
Which shocks the hell out of me.
Shocking low.
She's in Good Girls, too, the TV show.
TV show. Is she in a movie here?
Yeah, she's in what came out this week. Strangers.
Oh, the horror
Pray at
movie?
Night, yeah.
Strangers Pray at Night. Yeah.
$12.79. I'll buy that stock.
Yeah.
I mean,
compared to Evan Rachel Wood.
Rachel Wood, less than $10.
Yeah.
I
would buy. I'd buy Evan Rachel Wood
I'd
now.
buy both. I'd buy stock in both of them.
So we're selling Mikey Grace and buying Christina Hendricks, Natalie Portman, and Evan Rachel Wood.
Yeah. and we're getting more stock in all three of them.
Yes. Than enough for Maggie Grace.
Yes.
Are we buying Maggie Q?
Is she spinning off Taken or something? Is she going to go rescue people?
I
don't know how Maggie Grace is that
She's
high.
in the new Grey's Anatomy.
That's Seattle Grace.
Oh. No, takes place in Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it. Okay.
Seattle Grace is the name of the hospital
I'm an idiot.
in Grey's Anatomy.
I'm still holding out for Chicago
Or
Hope.
was before they bought it and changed the name.
I'm just holding out for Chicago Hope.
Oh, you keep your hope up for that.
This is a top 5. I love that music.
You're the only one.
What's the top 5 this week?
Apparently, the top 5 this week is top 5 favorite moments in college sports.
In honor of NCAA men's tournament.
Woohoo!
So we thought we'd do the top 5 moments in college sports. I'm going to go first this week.
My brother's not here, but he did send us his picks, so I will be reading those.
Okay.
Mainly because I only have a list of 2.
I thought this would be a difficult one for you. But you know what? I'll give you props. You did not complain.
No.
Some people complain about the top 5.
I've found it difficult, believe it or not. I had probably more disappointments than favorite moments.
Well, you're a Browns fan. Speaking of the Browns, your Browns did a whole lot of shit this weekend.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, no.
Wow, nice moves on some of those.
They did.
Tyrod Taylor?
Yes.
Kinzer, he's gone.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Kaiser.
buddy. Your 24 turnovers are gone.
Yeah.
On a positive note,
Hey, if you ever watched that interception he threw in the Green Bay game, I would say you have no business making that throw.
Well, that's why he went to Green Bay.
Exactly.
Because he played for them.
Oh, they liked him, yeah.
Yeah, they liked the way he threw the ball to him.
Yeah.
And then who else did they get?
Receiver.
Landry. Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry. Tyrod Taylor, and what's his name from the Packers?
The cornerback.
Yeah.
The good news is, in Madden, I took over the Browns for a new franchise.
Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, I'm moving them. I relocated them.
Oh, you are evil.
We're still planning out what city to move them to.
You're terrible.
You know what?
You don't even have a city in mind.
I'm moving them.
You actually, unlike he who should not be named, who moved him the first time out of Baltimore, the city of Cleveland probably actually celebrated your move.
I'm thinking of moving
At
them
least
to
we could try and get a new team in there.
I'm thinking of moving them to
true.
Oklahoma. So, yeah.
Move them to St. Louis. They at least deserve a team. They got screwed by the
Again.
bug. Again.
My 8-year-old was excited when I told him that the trades that happened because he's all about stats and trades and all that stuff and who's playing for who. And I told him, I said, hey, buddy, the Browns did 3 trades, and I told him what happened. And he's like, do you think they could actually win a game this year, Dad?
Yeah.
Yes, I think they would.
Optimism behind the 8-year-old.
I know.
He's like, that would be nice.
That'd be great.
So, and I said, some people are predicting them win 6-7. And he's like, wow. Like, he was impressed.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, well, it's just, and then my wife, the pessimist on that one goes, well, they always look good on paper. I was like, well, not really.
I don't know. 6-7. 2 of them might be against the Bengals next year.
I will say the Bengals did get a couple decent guys. But I will say that, man, the Browns actually look better than the Bengals right now.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. They made a couple of good moves.
Yeah.
Don't look too.
This is the Browns. Landry will probably break his leg in spring practice, warm-ups.
He'll probably get in trouble doing something illegal.
Josh Gordon will pop positive and get suspended for life.
He never does that.
We'll probably, the NFL will probably screw us with sticking us with the Johnny Manziel rights, so we'll have to bring him back in. And then Tyrod Taylor will probably, I don't know, get in a
You
car
realize you actually
accident or
traded for
something.
Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah, and then you say, yeah, we traded for Tyrod Taylor.
But Hugh Jackson, your coach, is mad that you didn't get A.J. McCarron, so he's just going to bench Tyrod Taylor. I'll show you, GM.
You mean the GM who forgot to send the paperwork for that trade?
No, actually, the jokes are really great. It was like all of a sudden the Browns know how to do trades and paperwork now.
They had a class.
Actually, anybody else?
Community college had
I actually
finance class. And
I actually read an article. It's titled NFL in shock over Browns' competency in trades.
Let's see here. Number 5 for me. I did college baseball. Fresno State Bulldogs, the lowest ranked team ever to win the NCAA championship over Arizona State in, I think, 2007 it was. Fresno was the lowest you could be, a number 4 seed in that little bracket area.
Yeah.
And they barely got in. It took them to the last day to get into the tournament, and then they shocked the world by beating the number 1 team, Arizona State. I still remember that. That was one. I love watching the college baseball World Series. And so I didn't want to just do all football and basketball.
You like the aluminum bats?
No, I don't actually. I like the wood ones. I do like the dings once in a while, but I don't like.
No, the ding of the bat is just not something that's fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
What's your number 5, Blake?
My number 5, I was actually in the Horseshoe in Columbus back in 2001, and it was against a non-conference game. I believe it was San Diego State. And I was watching the game, and about halfway through the game, they put in this kid, number 13, and he just starts running down the field like 80-yard touchdown towards me. And I'm like, who is that guy? Who is that kid? And he's, that's that redshirt freshman, Maurice Claret.
He had a great NFL career.
And that was the first game they played him in. And I watched him. I'm like, that kid's going to be something.
Yeah, he's going to get us in trouble.
Actually, he won us a championship, by golly.
And then got in trouble for
it.
They're lucky they didn't get stripped of that
I'm talking about my favorite moments in college sports. We're not talking about... We're still stuck in that game, okay?
Yeah. Okay, at that moment,
before everybody else started to poison his mind, and but a lot of people don't understand. He was also from Northeast Ohio, and this was the year that LeBron James entered the NBA at 18, and the NBA said, "Hey," after that, I said, "No more." And so you got Maurice Claret, who lights up, college football for that year as a running back. 18 years old, and he wants to go pro because, his buddy LeBron went pro in the NBA, and there was, of course, the big NCAA professional disparity, which is digressing from my whole point is that I watched him run 2 great touchdowns, and I remember watching him live because we were in the end zone, in the open end of the end zone, and the bleachers watching him run towards me. I'm watching him run, make the plays. I love watching football in person. I love it because you can watch the entire field at the same time. You can see gaps and things open and take place, not like TV where you're zoomed in on the ball.
Oh, yeah, I love TV when they show the ball in the air.
Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, exactly. You don't want that.
The punt is the worst play to watch on television.
Exactly.
There's 22 guys running around on the field trying to set things up, and all you see is a ball going end over end.
Yeah. You won't see that in XFL.
No, but
punting's against the rules.
I don't know.
But anyway, that's why when you're watching a football game, you don't follow the ball. You watch it in gestalt form.
Could you imagine what his career would have been like? His life would have been like if he would just shut up and played one more year.
Yeah, it would have been good. And of course, he had some alcoholism and stuff that comes with it. But I'm talking about my favorite college sports moment.
Yeah, we're ruining his favorite.
We're talking about Maurice Claret's debut, and it was a beautiful thing.
Jim, what's the power bottoms?
Jim's number 5. Getting horse costume taken away during the Crosstown shootout when Cincinnati was number 1 in the country and Sports Illustrated writing about it.
A horse costume.
There's in Cincinnati they have the Crosstown shootout, XU, UC. My brother went to Xavier. He was a student athlete there. UC at the time was number 1 ranked in the country. But they also had a player named Art Long who, several months earlier, got in trouble with the law.
What did he do?
He decided to punch the police horse.
He was reenacting Blazing Saddles.
So, unfortunately, it didn't go down like Mongo's punch.
Yes.
But he got arrested for assaulting a police horse. So my brother and a friend of his, going to the shootout, walked in a horse costume. And it got confiscated at the door.
Oh. Boo.
But it was written up in Sports Illustrated, so my brother says, when I was a college athlete, I was in Sports Illustrated.
What's your number 5?
I don't have one.
Okay. What's Jim's number 4?
Jim's number 4 was the Xavier versus Kansas State double overtime tournament game in 2010.
Xavier win?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's his memory, not mine.
Okay.
I'm assuming they did because it would suck for one of your best memories to be your team losing.
Okay. Blake, what's your number 4?
My number 4, this goes back to 2007, I believe, where a young quarterback comes out of Miami University and gets drafted by the Cleveland Browns in NFL Madden 2007. His name was Blake.
You getting drafted?
Yeah, superstar mode, baby.
Way to go.
I was a dual threat quarterback.
How'd you do?
I did great.
Talk.
See, I was throwing touchdown passes to Braylon Edwards.
And then he had a motorcycle he liked.
No, it was great. It was like,
that was Kellen Winslow.
It was like touchdown, BE to BE. It was awesome.
Oh, I love talking to Browns fans. Anyways, number 4.
I was just going to go on the Madden thing. I thought Blake just did it wrong. Does it wrong, though.
Why?
He makes himself as the star quarterback.
Yeah, I love the superstar mode. I thought it was fun. Why not?
Well, come on. You know what I always make myself as? Long snapper.
Long snapper.
I'm in the game as the long snapper because I like living in reality. And if I was going to be playing the game, that's about as good as I'll be.
I was thinking the beer vendor, but okay, long snapper is a good one.
Well, they're not actually in the... Can you make yourself a beer vendor at the game?
Jason wouldn't be a beer vendor. He couldn't walk up and down those stairs. He'd be the beer vendor that's lazy, who puts his tray down on the ground before you walk into the stadium going, beer!
Trying to find a space where people walking by, getting the people going in the long lines, getting the people at the end of the long line.
Yeah. Fuck y'all. Anyways, number 4... One of my favorite moments is Chris Webber's timeout in the NCAA tournament in 1991 with Michigan. They did not have one, and they got technical and lost the game.
I remember that.
They
would have
lost the game anyway.
They technically should have lost. They should have had to turnover anyways because they traveled before that, and then he went to call the timeout.
This is not the NBA. You cannot travel.
Yeah. So, Chris Webber's timeout. Number 3. This is one of my first memories of college football. And it's because I hate Notre Dame so much.
I agree with you on that.
It was Boston College's field goal to beat Notre Dame in 1993. I think it was 44-42 Boston College won. Notre Dame was number 1 ranked, and all they had to do was beat the 7-2 Golden Eagles. And they couldn't do it because it was a huge upset at the end.
7-2, that's a good record.
At the time, yes, but they were still ranked 25th.
Well, yeah, they had 2 losses, so they're not in the...
But Notre Dame... Everybody, all the Notre Dame fans were excited. We've got Boston College. We win the championship because that's all they had to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they lost it on a field goal, which was the greatest thing ever. So, fuck you, Notre Dame.
Boston made a field goal, or Notre
Boston
Dame
College made it. It was a long one, too. I forget how long, but it was a good one.
Did he go on to, kicker go on to NFL fame?
Yeah, he was drafted in 2007 by Madden. He played for the Browns. So,
all right.
His name is Bailey Eichhorn. So BE to BE to BE.
That's right. He was a center.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
He was a kicker and a center. It was kind of
awesome.
weird. You don't see that often. Bailey Eichhorn, heck of a player. Good, Blake. What's your number 3?
My number 3 actually dates back to 1979, Bloomington, Indiana, where Dave, also known as Enrico Gismondi. Was able to finish and win in the Indiana University endurance
Mini
bicycle.
500? The Mini 500?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. I remember that too, That was actually because like his teammates like for whatever reason sucked, so he pretty much it was supposed to be
carried the whole team.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like you're supposed to swap, but he pretty much rode the whole thing himself, beat every other team almost single-handedly.
It was awesome.
Well, the time when the short guy was riding, that was funny.
So he had the baton and he was holding it.
No,
the bike.
Bicycle.
Oh.
Bicycles. Yeah. It was a bicycle.
Was there a seat on it? Anyways.
Yeah, there was. It was great. Everybody loved it.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Number 3. What's Jim's number 3?
Dongles, Jason.
I hate dungarees.
Jim's number 3.
Xavier?
His was winning the Dayton Wright State Xavier Tri-Meet and being named Conference Athlete of the Week.
I feel like Jim may have peaked in college.
Well, you wanted favorite college memories.
Well, that's good because I peaked when I was born, so it's a good sign.
So his favorite college sports memories was actually competing and
I guess that would make
accolades.
sense. Good job, Jim. I take it back. Jeff, what's your number 3?
I don't have a number.
Good job. What's your number 2?
My number 2 was the NC2A tournament. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the exact year.
You had 2 to remember.
Late 90s. The Kenyon Martin year. When Kenyon Martin was playing for UC.
And broke his leg.
And got hurt. So the team fell to a number 2 because Kenyon Martin was hurt. And in the first round, they were playing Northern Arizona University.
Now.
NAU. And me being a huge fan of Northern Arizona University, I had all the spirit wear. So I put that all on and went up to the bar. And I knew all about how great the team was because I watched the last game of the Big Sky Conference tournament, so I knew all the insight into the game. So I went up to the bar with my dad to watch UC play NAU, and so we're wearing our NAU crap, and people at the bar are like staring us down, like, oh, who the hell are these assholes? My cousin's husband is at the other end. He's like, oh my God, that's my relatives. And I was impressing everyone at the bar who thought I was a huge fan the way I was talking about it. I'm like, oh, and this guy, he shoots this percent of blah, blah, blah. I watched one game at the Big Sky Conference championship game.
So you're better than Dickie Vitale?
Probably.
What is Jim's number 2?
Jim's number 2 was finishing 4th in the Queen City Invitational, recording the second fastest time in Xavier history up to that point, and being named the Conference Athlete of the Week for the second time.
Okay. Go Jim.
Yay.
Blake,
accolades.
Blake, what's your number 2?
My number 2, I've got actually, well, all right, it's 2, but they're together.
Okay.
It was the first BCS Bowl Championship Series.
Ohio State
beat Alabama and then went on to beat Oregon.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Okay. My number 2, Blake, you will appreciate this one.
Which one is that?
2007. It was on the Big Ten Network. Appalachian State.
Was this when I played for Ohio State as quarterback in NCAA college football 2007?
I missed that game.
No.
See, I had a year of eligibility left because I redshirted at Miami. Then I went to Ohio State.
No, Appalachian State blocking the field goal.
Oh, yeah!
To beat Michigan.
That was awesome.
Division II beating Michigan on the blocked field goal. I don't even hate Michigan. I just don't care. But I love watching the underdogs
the fact that
do it.
Appalachian State did that.
Yes.
And Appalachian State now is in Division I.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
They eventually came up.
But, yeah, they blocked it, and just watching the fans' faces in Michigan just go, what the fuck happened?
Oh, you're right. That one game, was that last year? 2 years ago when the Michigan fan, something was returned, or the Michigan State beating Michigan.
Yes,
and just had that fan with the
oh my God meme. Yes,
meme. You
turned into a meme.
Yeah, that guy.
But Appalachian State, I still remember that and cracking up. So
yeah,
my number 1.
See, Alabama's smarter that way. They play 3 Division II teams that really suck within their own state.
Yeah, because Alabama's the best team out there.
That's right.
Fuck them.
No, not. That's sarcasm.
Number 1.
We almost got an Alabama listener back until they realized that we were being sarcastic.
Well, hold on. This is not radio. It's podcasting. I don't know if the technology's hit there yet.
It's on ham radio.
We've had about 5 Alabama downloads according to the stats.
All right. I'm stupid. I'm wrong.
Number 1, it's my favorite team. Playing my least favorite team. Duke over Kentucky, the shot.
Christian Laettner.
Yes.
Not the stomp?
Great, the stomp. Well, the whole game, honestly. The stomp a couple of seconds earlier, but
yeah.
Yes. Duke over Kentucky.
Grant Hill,
shot.
Christian Laettner.
Yep. The best part is that it pisses off every Kentucky fan still.
Yep. I'll let you know. It's part of my number 1.
Okay. Blake, what's your number 1?
I actually have 2 number 1s.
Okay.
But the first number 1, this goes back to the championship. Well, back then, the bowl. It wasn't a championship, but it was picked as the bowl because it was Ohio State against the University of Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
Craig Krenzel and another young unknown kid we talked about earlier, Maurice Claret, who actually saved a fumble by going and stripping the ball from the guy that recovered the fumble and running with it. It was awesome. But anyways, what makes this so special, okay, this is back 2001, 2002, right? 2001 champions. And that year, the Ohio State was the gold pants champions. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
They get to wear gold pants?
Yes.
No, they're undefeated. That's what it means. It's a joke.
Oh. I thought they
you
made
have a
gold
shirt
records.
that says gold pants. You're like, what the hell?
Oh,
no, but
I had never heard that term before.
You ever heard that term?
No. Never.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you could tell by my list how much I care about college athletics.
True. But what makes it so special is that actually Mr. Bednar was there and a couple of other friends. And this was
that was before he got his doctorate.
Yes. Before he got his doctorate, yes. And that's where actually he worked at a hotel and borrowed from the audiovisual department a big screen projector. Yes, you understand what I'm talking about? The projector for a screen.
Is it a projector?
Except we put it. This was in my condo.
Is it big?
Yeah. It was
okay,
big.
so it's a projector.
It was a projector.
But it was big.
It was big.
Okay.
It's a big projector.
Was it a projection?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
But this was on my condo, and it had chapel ceilings, and so we set it up. So we projected it from the back of the room to the front on the wall, and actually watched the championship game in like a 10-foot by 10-foot TV picture. And, it was a thriller because that was the NCAA double overtime rules. And it was the late phantom flag and the second chance and all that kind of stuff. And we won. And I just remember vividly because we've been drinking and we're celebrating. And we won and we're jumping up and down and we fall all over each other. We knocked some furniture over. And, we're laughing and we're like, remember, we're big Northeast Ohio sports fans. Mm-hmm. We're talking Browns, Indians, Cavaliers, Buckeyes. We weren't around for any championships, back then, and we were like, we don't know what to do. How do we celebrate? I'm like, let's go burn some cars.
And so you
went and burnt cars?
Their own cars.
No, we were too drunk and we knocked over too much furniture, so we couldn't get out. There was about six of us in there.
You probably felt bad about knocking over the furniture too.
Yeah, well, that was my furniture.
How brilliant.
Yeah, but you don't want to break your own furniture. You want to break other people's.
How about you don't break people's stuff when your team does good? I don't get it.
I don't understand the whole rioting thing.
What's Jim's number 1?
Oh, hold on a second. Another one. This would be. Now, I also had a number 10. This is actually, this is 1A. That was 1B.
Okay.
Yeah, but 1A is watching the stepdaughters play soccer Division 1.
Okay. And your one daughter got drafted.
Yeah, she's
signed a contract.
Yeah, she's going to go play professional soccer in Iceland. Yes.
Did she leave yet?
Next week.
Oh, awesome.
Well, said good luck and happy
she's in the Women's Premier League over there, so that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
and it's Iceland.
Nice. And it's Iceland.
How awesome is that?
I know. I've got my tickets already.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Jim's number 1.
Can we record from Iceland?
Maybe.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, we have to talk about that off air.
Jim's number 1. Senior night. XU versus St. Bonaventure. When Xavier was winning so bad at half that the Bonnies didn't bother coming out for the second half.
Really?
Well, that's how he remembers it. His friends contradict his memory, saying St. Bonaventure did come out for the second half, but Jim was passed out drunk after drinking 16 beers and throwing up on the court in the first half.
Hobie keeps it classy like that.
But Jim's memory was there was no second half to that game.
I like it. What's your number 1, Jim?
My number 1 is anytime Kentucky loses a basketball game. Especially the bigger the game, the bigger the fall.
How great would it be if they lost in the first round?
I shouldn't even have made the tournament. And Calipari bitching about, oh my God, we gotta go to Idaho. I'm like, you're lucky Heno lets you in your fucking state.
Yeah, you can't rent here.
Sorry, let you in your fucking team into his awesome state.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
You know what annoys the shit out of me? Being a Northeast Ohio transplant, actually now that technically I think I've lived here longer than I lived up there.
But you always have your roots.
Always have them. No, but the thing that annoyed me when I came down here day one, I hated UK fans.
Yep.
And especially UK fans that live in Ohio that never lived in UK or went to UK.
Yes.
I'm like, why are you a fan for a state that you don't even live in?
The majority of UK fans didn't go to UK.
It's like Alabama, exactly. They don't even know what higher education is.
Now, Grant, I know a lot of them that live in Kentucky that cheer for him, but I mean...
just because you say no offense doesn't mean they can't take offense to it.
No,
I actually know people that went to UK that aren't necessarily UK fans because they went other schools too. But, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
I am not apologizing to any UK fans out there listening because, man...
Did you have some honorable mentions?
Damn them.
Honorable mention, U.S. Naval Academy from 2002 to 2015. 14 in a row, baby.
Okay. Go Navy.
That's right.
My honorable mention was Doug Flutie's Hail Mary pass. That was just because you see it all the time. Texas Western beats Adolph Rupp's UK team in 1966. Because... No offense, but... You were nowhere even close to born yet. It doesn't matter.
Parents even born yet?
Oh, God. You know why? Because Adolph Rupp is a piece of shit.
Well, he is.
And they named a fucking center after him that UK plays in. The Rupp Arena.
Well, he was a great coach, just...
Fucking him. Fuck him.
Just a racist piece of crap in the South during the racist...
Yes. So fuck him.
Exactly. Wasn't it Texas? What was it? What's that movie?
Texas Western.
Texas. What was it? They made a movie about
Yes,
They
they
did make a movie with Josh Lucas as the coach.
I forget what it's
It
called.
was a good movie. I liked it.
And
Something Road.
Yeah.
Glory Road.
Glory Road.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the porn Glory Hole. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck Adolph Rupp.
I will say honorable mention. I didn't feel like putting...
his first name is Adolf, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
Probably the last person named Adolf in the world. But my honorable mention kind of ties in with some of the crap we've already talked about, and it's pretty much anytime Notre Dame football loses.
I could see that.
And I know there's listeners out there that'll be mad at that.
They're going to be.
That's what you get for cheering for Notre Dame football.
We had some listener picks. We had two. The Dip Man.
Well, Dip Man.
97.2. Let's see. Number 5.
KRP.
Ohio State 2002 football championship. Miami was 14-point favorites and loaded.
Yeah.
10 players picked in the first round 2003-2004 draft.
And Kellen Winslow. Damn it.
Number 4. Iron Bowl miracle. Alabama loses because Nick Saban gets greedy on the kick return touchdown. Hashtag screw Nick Saban.
Yep. I am not a Saban. Well, I respect him. I don't like him.
Number 3. Doug Flutie's miracle pass. Number 2. Chris Webber calls a timeout. Oh, my God. There are any timeouts versus UNC?
Yeah.
And number 1, Woody Hayes punches Clemson linebacker Charlie Bauman.
Yeah, they worship Woody Hayes in Columbus.
Yes,
he's not really a person you should worship.
No, he's
They'd be like
an
worshiping Adolph Rupp down in Lexington.
Yeah, not really the best of people.
He's like a Buddy Ryan.
Yeah,
with more wins.
Well, I do like some of his quotes and some of his his sentences, these expressions and quotes that he's famous for. It's kind of funny being a Buckeye, but he's kind of a jerk.
He had honorable mention Kristen Leitner beating Kentucky, and Appalachian State beating Michigan in the first Big Ten Network televised game. From Besotted Geek, Pitt winning the 1982 Sugar Bowl. Robert Morris being Kentucky in 2013 NIT first round.
Just the fact that Kentucky had to be in the NIT.
Next one, Dan Marino going to Miami. Oh, sorry.
Pitt winning the national champion 76-77. Tony Dorsett breaks all-time rushing record 1976.
Oh, and then goes to the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry.
28-point underdog. Pitt beats West Virginia University to deny them a trip to the national championship 2007. I'll be honest, I didn't even know Pittsburgh had a football team, a college football team.
So yeah, they're called Armpit.
Oh, I knew they had one because, unfortunately, I think my high school was named, their mascot was named after the same mascot as Pitt.
Okay.
Because when they came up with the mascot, Pitt was the national champion. So they said, well, champions must be named Panthers then.
Grrr.
Yeah.
Bad idea of the week. Number 289. Rooting for Notre Dame.
Such a bad idea.
Bad idea. Bad.
You know, speaking of Woody Hayes, he did say he was Notre Dame's best recruiter. Because when he would go into a recruit's house and he realized that he wasn't going to get them to come to Ohio State, he would then persuade them to go to Notre Dame so he wouldn't have to play them in Michigan.
Well played.
The other famous Woody Hayes quote about Notre Dame, when asked why he never scheduled Notre Dame to play, he said he didn't want to divide Ohio Catholics.
Well, look at that. Good for him. He's always thinking of others.
That was nice of him.
That's right.
Oh, God. And going to a Catholic school in Ohio. Yeah. You learn to hate both Notre Dame and, no offense, Blake,
You know what
OSU.
divides Catholics now? Pedophilia. Anyway, not like that.
I think 98% of them are still against it.
No. I'm saying the priest. Anyways, check out Prinder.
You know what divides them now? A crowbar. Oh, my God.
What?
The priests? Okay, bad idea number 14, that joke.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dungarees. Addendum.
Tonight's title. Let's see, I got stuff like log rolling and javelin toss.
Yeah.
Zombie U, being a journalist in The Walking Dead, the Olympics ruin everything, not nonfiction.
I got a non-fictional fictional episode.
I got Bailey Eichhorn.
Do you like Bailey Eichhorn?
I thought I had more. And Dongle Trump.
What's a dongle?
And speech impediments are contagious.
I did like that one. I had that one down. I had a non-fictional fictional podcast or episode. I'm not going into that poll. And I'll buy Portman stock. It was a weak one this week for me. Do you like the speech impediments are contagious?
You like that one? Or do you like a Dongle Trump? Or some not nonfiction bit?
Blake, what do you think?
I could go with the non-fiction or the dongle or the speech impediment.
One of the three, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm going speech.
All right, speech impediment it is. Speech impediments are contagious.
We could Hobie our own title.
Great, now I got to spell impediment.
Three titles for the one.
For the price of one.
We are the podcast that can't count.
That's right.